Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? We're going to swap on over to some pillars in just a second here. There we go. The screen should be changed. Last we left off, so we're playing an Aethasian priest on this build. Hopefully also the sound is okay. I rewatched the last live stream that we did, and it seemed like the sound was a little bit too loud from the game. I mean, I want the game to be loud enough for you guys to hear voices, but also, like, I felt like the mixing was a little bit off, so hopefully it's better today. I screwed around with it a little bit. Yeah, just to catch anybody up that has not been a part of these live streams, though, or I guess the one that we did, we are playing a moon god-like Aethasian priest in this game, which is super interesting to me.
I'm here.
And we didn't do a whole lot.
How may I help?
I mean, we did pretty much a bunch of stuff on the map. I think we cleared out Magrin's Fork, Black Meadow, Estern Wood, and Onslaugh's Compass. So we got some decent XP there. I believe we're level 4. Yep, 4th level priest. I'd imagine when we finish Caed, we'll be 5th level, and then we'll move on to... Oh shit, I'm deceptive? I just noticed that. I have a point in being deceptive. That's not good for being Aethasian. Well, anyway, we're just going to have to roll with that. But yeah, I don't know why my screen is black. There we go.
Yes?
Yeah, but we're going to roll through Caed. We're going to try to get some level ups. And hopefully...
Once more through the gates. With more
we'll get some stuff done today.
I hope.
Once more through the gates. Yeah, it's been pretty good going through the game with this build so far. I mean, we're not really playing on a difficult difficulty or anything. We're just kind of going through. So, everything's been alright. I didn't want to play on Path of the Damned because I didn't want anybody to die. Because a lot of people... I feel like people don't play this game because it's isometric, which I understand. To an extent. It's a little bit... It's not as accessible to everybody, right? But I wanted to give everybody, like, a good idea of the characters in this game, because that's really the interesting part. I'm not super interested in the combat aspects of Pillars. I mean, it's fine. But I'd much rather focus on, you know, the actual, like, character stuff going on. Also, Kana, I need to change Kana around. He really should not be frontlining. That's my bad, though. I kind of goofed him up on this. I don't think you can prone that, but that worked. We'll go for that in this one as well. A little bit stunned. That's okay. Among Us, yes. I'm hoping that Twitch chat, or not Twitch chat, YouTube chat shows up on screen today, because it wasn't showing up the other day. I don't know why. Okay, I do need to mess with Kana, though. He really, now that I think about it, he does not have... Well, his health is okay. No, it's not great. It's like my health with none of the defenses. We should probably give him better armor. If he's going to be an upfront chanter, he should have better armor. The Brigandine armor might be a little bit too slow. Honestly, I might put that on. And then he can take this super hefty armor. Yeah, my DR is fine. So we'll take the Brigandine off of him. Put that on there. Yeah, I think mine's fine. I think we're okay.
I'm here.
Hopefully that'll fix him a little bit. I don't know. Will-o'-the-wisp. These enemies, I don't think they're fun in any single fantasy game. I don't think they're fun to fight ever. I've never played a game where I'm like, oh yeah, the Will-o'-the-wisp, that's fun to fight. Oh, I'm way back. Well, that's not going to be good for Kana. Dare needs to go around. I also love the idea of shooting a will-o'-the-wisp with a gun. I feel like that can't be that effective.
Then. I'm here.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? I think we'll go for the Phantom first. The big difference between Pillars 1 and Pillars 2 is Pillars 1 has spell slots, and Pillars 2 does have spell slots, but not in the same way. Pillars 2 actually has per encounter spell slots, so they recharge after every single fight, which makes spellcasters a lot more viable in the second game, I think. Which is why I don't really use my priest abilities in this game.
Yes?
A whole lot. Or I don't really use my wizard abilities in this game a whole lot, because I've been so used to, like, hoarding them in this game until I really need them for a fight. Our guys are not looking too well, though. I might... yeah, I think I'm going to camp before we go in here. Not really anything going on in here.
Leave our village!
Oh, shit.
We've done nothing to you!
Okay. Durance isn't going to do much with that gun from way back there. Let's see about... I will turn the music back up a little bit, because I messed with the master volume. It seems fine. Okay, so Durance should do... Are these guys weak to freeze? Creates a slow-moving, energetic projection of the priest's faith, returning endurance to allies and inflicting freeze damage to enemies. How have I never noticed this spell? That seems pretty good.
How may I help? How may I help?
Okay, we'll grab those. And then talk to this ghost. Spectral smoke churns all around you. At first, you can see nothing except the haze, but gradually, you make out the wizened, hunched shape of an old elven man. His face and bone-thin arms are smeared with paint. "You can't do this!" He shakes his head, spitting the words at you. Do what?
A home! The Nine Claws have lived here almost 50 generations. We were here long before your kind brought war to our lands. You can't just burn it all! Have mercy, soldier! Our warriors have all gone! You can't burn us all because of them!
Yeah, so this guy's part of the Nine Claw clan. He reaches out to you and opens his mouth to say something, but all that emerges is a series of violent coughs. He falls to his knees, choking on the thickening smoke. Flames overtake the vision as you back away. Poor guy.
Well...
Okay, I feel bad because Dareloth was about to say something. Okay, he finished it.
How may I help?
So Dareloth, I like starting out with this little spell attack thing. I think we'll have Durance actually stand up and do his holy radiance here. Let's restore a little bit of endurance to everybody.
I'm here.
I could also do my holy radiance, I suppose. Having two priests is pretty good. I should keep that in mind more often, that we've got
At once.
a lot of healing available. As you come to the end of the Great Hall, you perceive an inviting warmth radiating from a grand throne wrought out of marble, its masterful artistry out of place amidst the castle's more practical stonework. The veiled face of a woman is carved above the throne's backing, watching over the room with hollow eyes. As you approach, you feel the warmth fluctuate, as though stirring. A voice rings out from the carving, permeating the fortress through stone and air. How's it going, Joe Mama? Happy Friday.
Another watcher in Caed, glowing very brightly indeed to these eyes. What strange happenstance.
Okay, cool. Chat is showing up on screen. That's good. I'm looking for Mayorwald.
As am I. If you should happen to find him, I would be glad to know of it. Each day his absence brings new dust to my halls, new cracks to my stones. It's shameful is what it is. The Earl would never have let it come to this. You are free to search for him here. I will unbar the way.
You said these were your halls?
Not as a land is its lord's, more as a child is its mother's. This castle was my design, you see. The Earl appointed me to do it. I was getting on in years. I knew it would be my only chance to build something magnificent.
How's it going, Ilya?
When it was built, I couldn't bring myself to part from it, to go back to my lonely home. I begged the Earl to let me stay, to take care of it. It was all I wanted, and he granted it. Years later, when Bereth's usher finally came calling, I begged the Earl to find a way to let me remain, and so he did.
For anyone who doesn't remember earlier, because this world might be new to some people, Bereth is the god of death in this universe. So the usher is one of the two aspects of Bereth that basically comes to you when you're dying. Okay, so tell me more about Mayorwald.
He was a great man. He came here one day, young with long hair and polished armor, and he banished the dark things that had come to lurk in this place after centuries of neglect. He could see the beauty of this place, the way it had been, so he claimed it for his own when no one else would take it. We worked together to restore it. But he began to grow distant some time ago. He never told me why. He retreated deeper and deeper into the keep, never leaving, sending servants for food, hiding himself from my sight. The restoration stopped. Now, to look at the place, you'd never know the progress we'd made. In most places, it's worse than it ever was. And all I can do is watch it crumble around me.
Okay, any idea where I can find Mayorwald?
I can feel his presence faintly somewhere deeper inside the keep. But he uses his gifts to confound me, and my senses are dulled while he does so. I only wish I could know his mind.
Okay, are you imprisoned in that throne?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins, one of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul. Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction. Or maybe it's something about this place.
Maybe it is something about this place. What Earl were you speaking of?
The Earl of Yenwood. The original, in fact, when Deerwood was a colony. He found this site, the only ruin Ere Glanfarth refused to defend, and he believed its wealth would be great. The keep was his way of defending his family's claim, and that claim became his obsession. He had to know what lay beneath.
Fair enough.
He devoted his life to excavating the ruins below the keep. They had been sealed with rock and soil. Deliberately, it would seem. Years passed, and with them the Earl. He dug his entire life and never found what he sought. His obsession became his sons and his sons' sons. And one day, that young Earl broke through.
What did he find?
An endless maze, incomprehensible in its construction. But he would never come to learn more than that. Vile things had taken residence there, vile and dangerous. They poured up through the keep and slew its residents, the Earl among them. After that, the keep remained abandoned, unused, wasted. Mayorwald's mastery of this place was the first hope I'd had in 200 years. How I've longed to see it as it once was. I can only guess why all this has happened. I fear I've wronged the gods putting this place here, and they've doomed me to watch it wear away into dust. To witness my own folly.
All right. Farewell.
Take care in your search. Many dangers lie in wait here.
I forgot how many voice lines the steward had. Okay, we got a mother here.
Been out playing soldier again, have we? Go wash up and come help me shuck these peas.
As you draw nearer, the apparition in front of you resolves into an elven woman. Her stringy hair is tied back, and she tugs at loose thread on her apron. There's a distant, hollow look in her eyes until she notices you. A frail smile descends like a veil over her face. She turns from you long enough to produce a basket that, like her, is shimmering and semi-transparent. And no complaints. You've got to eat your vegetables if you want to grow up strong and be a real soldier one day. Just like we agreed, right? She watches you out of the corner of her eye. I think we're going to say nothing. Soldiers are she's got it.
Important people. They defend the weak and punish the wicked. You're too young to understand now, but there are lots of wicked people. People like the man who murdered your father.
Remind me what happened to my father?
Before you were born, the Glanfathans attacked settlers like us. They said we'd knocked over some of their special Adra rocks. That's why they call it the Broken Stone War. They got very angry, and so they came into our villages and killed many people. Your father was one of them.
He was one of the people the Glanfathans killed? That's what I said. Her voice is low and hoarse, and her hand is frozen over the basket. Something dark and empty clouds over her eyes.
That's why you'll be a soldier one day. To protect and to avenge. Why don't you go back out and play? I'll finish up here.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mom. Okay. I think there's just a bunch of slime in this room. Oh, spiderlings. I wouldn't mind this frost projectile again, but I'm gonna want to reposition it. Okay. Perfect. Really haven't had that many combat issues, thankfully.
I'm here.
I mean, combat could be going better. I could be optimizing it a little bit better, but honestly, we're doing okay. Hello, what miserable souls do we find today? Probably a bunch. Yeah, filthy casual.
New orders, Lieutenant.
That's me.
Ready your squad.
Okay, a spectral man arrayed in armor and an officer's cloak studies a single sheet of paper. You can see straight through it to the ducal and Adir's insignias on his breastplate. He seems to read over the page several times before looking up at you. When he does, his expression is unreadable.
There's been a change of plans. Take your squad and march south all the way to the bow in the river. Bring a wagon team and a dozen barrels of pitch.
His voice falters, and he shakes his head. The hand holding the paper drops to his side. Tell me about the orders.
The instructions come from Admeth Hadred himself, which means they might as well have come from the Duke. We're to burn those hut dwellers out. Set fire to the deerwood so they've nowhere to retreat. Cut them down when they come out. Or let them blaze if they won't.
A ghostly sigh forms a mist in front of his lips.
It'll make this even shorter than the Broken Stone War, all right. And we can only hope it'll discourage future conflicts.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll work out.
I know this is personal for you. It is for many of us. But understand, We're doing this to end this war, not to continue the last one. Remember that we're flushing out the enemy, not burning villages for sport. Bareth will have his work cut out for him tonight.
Okay. Yeah, kind of worked out, I suppose. Are Watchers so rare because most of them go mad, you think? I think so. Yeah, I think that's the implication. I think it's also just rare to have your soul awakened and all this stuff as well. Okay.
We'll take those farmers by surprise. Almost time. Di and Heather scouted the village last night. They're rounding up the rest of the party now.
What party? Oh, first, an elven man turns to face you. His cheeks, his forearms, and the cartilage of his long pointed ears are smeared with indigo and blue paints. He grins wickedly beneath a thatch of wild hair. Okay, what party?
Don't worry. Everyone remembers the raid was your idea. The Rio had to go along with it after you'd gotten the rest of the clan riled up. No one once had said that the Nine Claws were too cowardly to stand with the rest of the tribe when the foreigners desecrated our ruins.
The Rio? The ragged stripes of paint on his face twist as he laughs. You may not like them, but they're still our elders. For now. A dead gray tooth peers from between his lips. That was clever, drawing the support of the community first. By the time you approached the Rio, they had no choice but to support us. There's no doubt you'll join their ranks one day, so long as no farmer's pitchfork fells you tonight. He laughs.
The tribes need more leaders like you. Women who value deeds over words.
He reaches toward your cheek, but stops midway, his splayed fingers quivering as a tremor of doubt runs through him.
You were right. We were too soft when the foreigners first came, and now they humiliate us. We'll be soft no more, and the invaders will learn to leave us alone once and for all.
Okay, so when we first showed up, we saw a guy at the beginning, a ghost at the beginning that was talking about how... How's it going, Bash? That was talking about how the Nine Claw tribe had been there for a while, and the foreign invaders were coming in. And then we walked a little bit further in, we saw a mother talking about how the Glanfathan tribe had murdered her husband, and that how she was going to raise her son to be a soldier. And we've run across this guy now, who... He's another Glanfathan from the Nine Claw tribe.
I'll give it a try.
Okay, we'll open this door. And here we go. Look who it is.
No. Keep away from us. Leave us!
A large, liver-spotted man, barrel-chested and paunchy, cowers in the far corner of the room, his white hair a tangled, stringy mess. He covers his face and chest with trembling hands, unable to look in your direction. Yeah, the soldier and the marauder, yep.
Maybe we should come back later?
Are you Mayorwald? He looks up over his hand, the muscles around his eyes twitching, and begins whispering to himself in sharp hisses, as though having an argument. All at once, he stops shaking, a sudden calmness falling over him. His head tilts forward slightly, and he looks you dead in the eye, like a cornered animal about to pounce. His voice turns suddenly raspy.
Mayor Wald isn't here, and he isn't fooled. He has sent for no callers. Be gone, deceiving spirit.
I'm gonna say, please, there's something wrong with me. I need Mayorwald's help.
Mayor Wald will speak with you, but you will maintain your distance, or you'll have me to answer to.
The old man turns his body away and has another muttered, sputtering argument facing the wall. When he turns back toward you, he has taken a confident stance, and his chest is puffed out like a soldier's. A new strength enters his voice. That's when he speaks. Yeah, so I forgot to mention the soldier also upstairs that was talking about burning the Glanfathan village.
To speak to Mayor Wald. Mayor Wald, whose touch is poison. Mayor Wald, who knows not his effect.
The man's posture folds, and the hands he'd held strongly at his sides a moment ago resume their original tremors. His voice is feeble and tentative. I was told I'm a watcher, and that you could tell me more about it. And about, A tablet of some worth after that. Once you two are finished, of course.
A window. Window to the ether, where spirits dwell. Peer and reach into it. Speak and listen through it. A watcher sees souls, reads them, knows their pasts, souls of the living, souls of the dead, an empath, and the souls see them back. Used it to help beings in both realms, did I. What the gods wanted of me, thought I. The gods put me in the world for vengeance, and I obliged.
With a quick spasm, his shoulders straighten, and his voice becomes strong.
It was the gods' wishes that we protect those lands. My way was the only way to remove the foreigners.
He tilts his head forward, glowering at you, and his voice is raspy.
Little I knew.
He shrinks down and is himself once more. He cradles his face in shaking hands. I was accosted by spirits on my way here. What do they want?
No. No! Forgive me! Forgive me!
Meyerwald staggers backward, staring off at some imagined phantom. He covers his mouth with his hand, his breaths convulsing, his eyes red and exhausted. You seem to have lost your mind.
Lost? No. Found more of it. Too much. Too much to bear. An awakening.
Alos's eyes narrow as he looks at the old man. How could a simple awakening have driven you to this? You mean you remember your past lives?
Something reminds. Memories stirred. Memories before birth. Other bodies. Other times. Memory, personality, identity, any might resurface. Or all.
He looks again at the door behind you. Strong schizo vibes. Yeah, absolutely. And I seem to be having a conversation with several of them right now. So for anyone who doesn't know what an awakening is, because I kind of skipped that with the lore dialogue check, an awakening is when you remember one of your past lives that your soul lived. So Meyerwald's kind of experiencing two of those at the moment, it seems. And I seem to be having a conversation with several of them right now. Yeah, he does have a good reason why he's schizo mode.
Ghosts of the mind. Meyerwald has lost control. Meyerwald's body no more.
He nods, sheepish. The spirits I passed, what are they?
Spirits and not spirits. Always whispering to Meyerwald, reminding him of his mistakes. No sleep. Watchers see memories before them, form them from the essence of their own souls. Once Meyerwald awakened, he could not make them leave. Gave them more form, not less.
The spirits are memories from previous lives?
Troubled memories, angry memories, pulling Meyerwald back, reminding him his mistakes. Marauder and soldier, soldier and marauder, how could they know?
Why do these past lives still trouble you?
My fault. All my fault. Soldier and marauder, soldier and marauder and Meyerwald. No forgiveness for what's past. No undoing what's done. No sleep. No sleep for the Watcher. War there was all around. War of stone, war of tree.
Yep. He's talking about two different wars, fought back to back, long time ago. The Broken Stone War and the War of Black Trees. The usual conflicts between locals and settlers getting out of hand, both of them. Some folks are still mad about what one side did to the other.
Death we brought to the settler men. We, the 9 claws. Claws of 9. Worse what we did to the women. For love of the gods. The gods' love. For their love,
I met one of your memory spirits. There was talk of raiding a village. Merwald's voice becomes raspy, and he is somewhere else in place and time, speaking to someone unseen.
Hold her down. Head her. Give this Hattie a bitch an heir that belongs an heir Glotfath.
Ugh, makes my skin crawl. That line right there. Merwald cringes, himself again, watching something he can't bear to see. Shaking his head over and over, he wails.
His soul is marked by flame, and those marks will never heal. His trial has broken him, but better that. Hold on, I'm gonna read that again. His trial has broken him, but better that than to live in weakness.
Okay, so let's say... terrible things happen in war. Living with what you've done is its own penance.
The boy. The boy. The baby boy. The boy. Conceived in the raid. Conceived by force. Vessel for Marauder. Slain in the raid. Marauder and the boy. Marauder and soldier.
Appreciate you emulating different voices. Well, yeah, it's a fun part of doing the reading, you know? I figure it diversifies a little bit. A baby conceived by the raider? What do you mean it was a vessel for him?
For the soul. Marauder's soul. Same soul. One soul. Boy's soul. Marauder's soul. Raised in lies and vengeance. Raised to soldier. Raised for the fire. Born for the fire.
Then that was his mother I met in the keep. She told him his father was killed by the raiders.
You'll get no pity from me. The crimes of the Nine Claws clan in the last war are still unavenged. But the gods are just. They have led me here. In my father's name, every one of you will burn. Light it.
Merwald straightens up, his voice deep. He speaks to some invisible thing. He looks off to his side, as if it's someone else standing nearby. Yeah, so the soldier is, well, you guys can figure it out. What, so he came back in his next life to burn his own clan? No wonder he's such a mess now. That'll stain you right down to your soul. Merwald's shoulders slump. He rocks back and forth, agitated. He mutters to himself, oblivious to your presence.
Soldier and marauder, lies and vengeance, and dead villages. All dead. All dead. What for? What for?
Yeah, this just sucks for him, dude. Poor Meyerwald. I mean, it's such a messed up situation. Let's see. What would be the benevolent thing to say here? I think whatever the reason, I don't think we're meant to know is pretty ambivalent.
How little we know.
How do you tell a spirit from a memory?
Fragmented our memories. Stuck in time. Mindless, cruel, never far.
I've seen apparitions like those elsewhere, since I became a watcher.
Oh, no, 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 no. You too. You too.
Tears well in Merwald's eyes. All at once, in spite of his abject misery, his expression changes to one of utmost sympathy. Poor man. Poor man.
They will take you too.
I knew there was something off about you when I met you, but this sounds serious. You're saying I'll end up like you?
So fragile, the Watcher's mind. So real, his memories. Once awakened, how can he sleep?
There must be, if I'm awakened to a past life, how would that have happened?
You were reminded of it. Strong memories, lingering lives, they dwell near the surface, waiting to be remembered, waiting to take your mind for their own. Meyerwald sat at his hearth and watched his fire. watched the wood burn. Then came the memory of another fire and burning wood and screams.
His face trembles involuntarily. Man, I forgot how messed up and, like, good this dialogue is with him. There must be some way to make these memories go away.
No. Always there. Always remembered. Can't forget. Can't unsee.
But I didn't just remember. Someone caused this. They wore masks and spoke of books and keys and a queen. There was a man there. He seemed familiar to me.
Keys of lead. Books of burden. Queens that were. Known to me are they. The leaden key.
The leaden key. It seems we share an enemy, Hedora. Assassins and Watcher Wakers both. They certainly keep busy.
What can you tell me about the leaden key?
Secrets. Secrets and deceptions and schemes. Who knows their answers? Not they. Not they. Crossed them before. Hatred of Watchers. Hatred and fear. Much we see. Threat to secrets.
Who is this queen they pray to?
Woodica. Goddess. Crown shattered and body burned. Binder of oaths and grudge holder. Bearer of justice. But whose?
If the leaden key caused my awakening, could they undo it?
Many secrets do they keep. Unawakened? Mayhap. Who else if not they?
Mayorwald's bushy white eyebrows edge upward. He begins muttering to himself. Just as you are about ready to repeat your question, he speaks. Hey, really quick, I'm going to change something with the stream. I'm going to turn ads off because I don't really... I mean, there's like 5 of you here, so I don't really want to punish you guys with ads. So yeah, I'm going to turn those off so you guys don't have to deal with that. Do you know where I might find the leaden key?
City of Defiance. Never far from the Queen.
I need to go so I can search for this man from the leaden key.
Sleep well. Sleep well.
Mayorwald nods at you, a look of understanding on his face.
Hold. I know your will die. Your actions were seen. You would sooner betray us to the Adir land thieves than take orders from me.
Before you turn to exit, he tilts his head forward, his eyes lock with yours, cold and dangerous, his voice gravelly. I'm gonna say... You're confusing me with someone from a past life.
Your betrayal is for nothing. Your warnings are lost on these foreigners, and their blood will be Gallowayne's tribute this night. I have asked the elders for the honor of claiming your head as my first trophy, and they have granted it. Beg for the Seeker God to grant you a quick death.
Well, shit. Poor Mayorwald. Okay, I think we'll start out with a buff from me. Bless everybody here. Well, actually, no, we'll have Durance bless everybody. And then I'll move up and kind of tank Mayorwald. We'll have a Dare go up, deal with the Wind Blight.
Following your lead.
Kana can also run on up. He can run up and charge Mayorwald.
Yes.
I guess. And then we can do... I don't think Fan of Flames would do much against... Well, Wind Blights, not Flame Blights. But that one is a Flame Blight. So... I don't know, Arcane Assault is usually fine. There we go. Unfortunately, everybody ran the wrong way. That sucks. Okay, Adair, go. Adair, go this way. There we go. Okay, now everybody can go get Mayorwald.
would.
There we go. There is a change in the air of the keep. What was thick and suffocating feels to you somehow more breathable, as though yielding to a conquering invader. Meyerwald's body lies inert. You can feel his soul lingering there, uncertain. There is something unique about this soul and this place. A bond formed in decades of inhabitants and lordship that feels somehow palpable to you, as though even in death, the keep knows its former master, and the former master remembers his keep. Hedora was granted Speaker to the Restless. In your mind's eye, the bond seems to you as a frayed rope, ghostly and alive, its frayed ends withering like tide pool anemones, and you find that if you concentrate on it, you have the ability to manipulate its strands. So we can either bind Meyerwald's soul here as an eternal warden, we can allow Meyerwald to pass from the world, or we can draw upon the energy of the rope itself, siphoning knowledge from the connection. I think our character would sever the rope, allowing Meyerwald to pass from the world, because it seems kind of cruel to bind him here as a warden, and siphoning knowledge from the connection doesn't feel right either. So we'll just allow him to pass. Strand by strand, the connections fly apart like the overstressed strings of some ethereal instrument. With the tearing of the final string, the rope becomes liquid and dissolves from your awareness. Meyerwald's soul hovers near you, a vortex of strife and discord, but there is something else there beneath it, something like relief. His soul passes through one of the walls and is gone. How's it going, Faust? Okay, so we want to give the grimoire to Aloth. The rest of that stuff can just go there. I believe there's a few things to check in here as well. Kana wants to talk.
Yes?
Yeah, we'll talk to him.
Poor Meyerwald. He couldn't contend with all that he knew of himself. A cruel fate.
I don't think knowledge was the problem. He said that if I can find out what caused this, it might help me.
That is true, and there is no such thing, in my experience, as too much knowledge.
Kana smiles.
Come, we'll find your answers. And mine, I hope.
Certainly.
Okay, we do need
Following
Kana for the
your lead.
mechanics over here, though.
I'll give it a try, at least.
Nice.
I can do that. As requested.
Okay, cool. Decent stuff.
I'm here.
So I want to check out Meyerwald's grimoire. The way that this game works with spellcasters, by the way, is they each have their own grimoires with spells prepared. So it's basically like D&D spell slots. And we can actually teach Aloth some different spells here. I don't know if he has access to 3rd level spells yet, actually, so maybe swapping grimoires out could be a good thing for him. I'll have to double check if he can even cast that. Yeah, he can't cast 3rd level spells yet, so.
Yes? I'm here.
Oh well.
You cannot wit that older set? I don't want to discuss it.
That was odd.
Yes?
Aloth looks at you with quiet attentiveness. How may I be of service? Fireball, yeah. We don't really need to talk to Aloth right now. We can talk to him later. We'll just go upstairs. You just add all spells to Aloth's grimoire. That's what I was thinking I would do, but I thought that I might be able to...
Right. No sense listening to that old Bampot.
Damned Virago, not now!
I thought that I might be able to instantly get Fireball there without paying. So that's why I added it. Okay.
I felt Meyerwald's passing. You slew him.
He gave me no choice.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Meyerwald's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you Will you stay?
Yeah, I've always wanted my own keep, even if it's a little cursed. You feel the same emanation of warmth and energy in the air. Then it is yours, my lord. I cannot begin to tell you how glad, that is, how good it is to know that the keep is in capable hands once again. I suppose I should mention first that if you mean to travel to Defiance Bay for supplies, there has been a complication of a kind. The Eastern Barbican. Barbican? The Eastern Barbican collapsed decades ago, and Mayorwald never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before he became preoccupied. I could make arrangements to have it repaired, if it is your will. When it ceases to be the previous master's will, I became powerless to do anything about it. When it ceased, for what am I but the master's instrument? It would take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. Okay, I already know how to repair stuff. Are we going to do the Endless Paths? It is long. I was thinking we do the Endless Paths before Pillars 2. The main difference between the Elder Scrolls playthroughs and this playthrough is that all of our choices are actually going to matter in Pillars 2. So I would like to do as much as we can in this playthrough. What does being the Master of Cadno entail? Why, there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep. The extent to which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. Part of the reason I am here is to ensure that things run smoothly in your absence, provided we have been given instruction. If you instruct me on which repairs you wish to conduct next, I will make the necessary arrangements. These may take some time to finish, but each will provide you with additional resources once they are complete. Given somewhere to place them, we can hire tradesmen to provide you with supplies or ingredients. Repairing the keep will raise your prestige and draw both helpful individuals and unwelcome attention from bandits and opportunists. If we can raise the keep's security in turn, these will become less of a concern. You should know, however, that the position does come with some risk. Your name will grow in fame, and you must contend with threats to the keep. And then there are other things. Okay. We're just going to go to Defiance Bay. You must know this queen you're looking for. Defiance Bay has no queen. The Merquins of Adir haven't reigned here since the war. The only queen with any power there is Wudica. I am told they erected an exquisite temple in her honor there, but I was never able to see it. If you mean to go there, we can get started right away on repairing the Barbican. You need only tell me what you wish to do, and I'll make the necessary arrangements. Mayorwald kept a ledger, as it happens, and I have taken the liberty of updating it. You could take a look if you wish. Okay. Okay, we're just going to skip through that dialogue because it's just about repairing stuff. I purchased that. I don't really want... I guess main keep needs to be upgraded, and I do have enough copper for it, so we'll do that. We'll go to the Temple of Wudica. Yeah, I should enable dispositions to show. You're right, because I do have a deceptive thing already on accident. How's it going, Nefarious Man? I think that's under game. Or no, difficulty. Yeah, show personality/reputation. Probably a good idea. Do you get a bad ending screen if you don't? Did not tell me when I had only done one part from the DLC. You won't get a bad ending if you don't do all the stuff.
Just like your breeches, Scholar Lad.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I said nothing.
Dareloth seems to be a little bit of a weird guy, doesn't he? You won't get necessarily a bad ending, but you'll get an incomplete ending, I guess, if you don't do everything. Let's talk to Dareloth about that. Dareloth seems lost in thought. He flinches when you draw near, sucking a sharp breath through his teeth.
What can I do for you?
Hedoro, what can I do for you? Are you all right?
Of course. Merely processing some of the unusual things we've seen lately.
His lips twitch into a flat smile.
And if Mayorwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
I don't know what to think.
Perhaps Defiance Bay holds the answers we need.
Dareloth snugs his cloak about his shoulders, glancing at you out of the corner of his eye. Well, yeah, I want to discuss something else, I guess.
How may I be of service?
Any thoughts on what I should do next?
Mayor Wald urged you to seek out these Leaden Key agents in Defiance Bay, yes? If his condition is any warning, we should find them with all haste.
Okay. Let's talk to Kana.
I confess, I was hoping our meeting with Mayor Wald would go a little differently. But then, you have gained an entire keep. I don't think I've seen anyone inherit land that quickly since Caed the Younger read her father's will.
I wish I could have gotten through to him.
He was far gone, but don't worry. The past is there that we might learn from it. I'm sure we'll find more answers in Defiance Bay.
It will give you a base from which to go searching at least. And then, there are secrets beneath the keep yet. With you at the helm, it should be easier to explore the endless paths.
True. Okay, and then let's talk to Adair.
That old watcher. I don't know what I expected, but it sure wasn't that.
You said you had some things you wanted to ask him.
Nah, it's kind of embarrassing now. I just got a dumb idea in my head is all. Don't know why I thought it'd work. That's funny. That's probably the first thing I got my hopes up for in, I don't know, years. At least I got that out of it.
There's no need to be embarrassed. I won't judge.
All right. Yes, fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden, about how he'd turned against us and fought for Widewind, been on my mind for some time now. The thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Deerwood against a man claiming to be our god. So I knew that's what I had to do too. He was right. And hearing claims that he died fighting for Raed Saras, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Widewind had in store, but if he really was Aethys, I thought, maybe this old Watcher would know how my brother died. So I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use our connection. Told you it was dumb.
Why didn't you ask me for help? Guess because I didn't know you. It's hard to trust a stranger that says he's a watcher.
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. Watcher's not psychic. I think I just had this idea, and the idea made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Really, if I wanted to find out about my brother, I shouldn't be starting with watchers. I should be starting with records. So why don't you? Adair thinks a moment, his lips twisted to one side. He raises his eyebrow. If there was anything written down about it, they'd have it in Defiance Bay. They got an archive at the palace.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
Fair enough.
I'm here.
Love me, Adair. Okay, we can go to Raedric's Hold now. We haven't leveled up yet, so actually I think Woodend Plains is a good spot to go, because we can pick up Sagani here. Then we can have a full party. That'll be cool. She should be right about here. Or, I guess not. Just continue on the road. There she is.
Hush, Itumak. We'll just wait a little longer.
Uh-oh. A female party companion. I don't know if I can do her voice. A dwarven woman dressed in skins and hides leans against the road marker. Her face is turned down, her eyes darkened by a thick stripe of face paint. She is sharpening a bone arrowhead with a scrimshaw-handled knife. Her attention, however, is focused on a bare figurine between her feet. A large white-furred fox standing at her heels looks up at your approach.
Easy, Itumak. It's not him.
Who are you waiting for?
Short version? I'm looking for a very, very old friend. I'm not sure what skin he's wearing now, but I'll know him when I see him.
Can I help you find him? She stops sharpening her arrowhead and slowly folds her arms. That's an interesting question. The last helpful stranger only succeeded in lightening my purse. I think I'll handle this on my own. Your friend is supposed to meet you here?
That's what I heard. Of course, the man who told me so was carrying a staff he claimed was made from dragon bone, but I know whitewood when I see it. That should have been my first clue, but I had to try something.
Back up. What does this stranger have to do with your friend?
The long version. Here we go. I'm from an island to the far south called Nasitak. I came here looking for a village elder, a man we knew as Persok. I'm a hunter back home, so tracking someone wouldn't normally be a problem. But Persok's trail is cold, to say the least.
How long have you been looking for Persok? Her painted brows lower, and her compact, muscular frame sags for just an instant. 5 years. Why can't you find him? There can't be that many of your people in the Deerwood. He died when I was still a young girl. Forgot to mention that part, did I? I'm looking for his latest reincarnation, which could be anyone. So you've been searching 5 years for a stranger you barely remember? Who could be anyone now?
That about sums it up.
Let's see. It sounds like it must be an important duty.
So I keep reminding myself. Still, it would be nice if important duties came with clearer instructions.
How does that statuette figure into it? She dusts the figurine on her trousers and raises it in her small, flat palm. It's carved in the shape of a bear, smooth and round. The polished Adra is worn to a dull mat along its arched back and ovoid haunches. A soft glow emanates from within.
Cute, isn't it? It belonged to Persok. Before he returned to the wheel, he left a splinter of his soul in it. Something to help us find him later.
As she holds it out to you, you feel wisps of sensation. Not quite memories, but traces of someone.
When I left Nasitak, it was completely dark inside. But as I've gotten closer to Persok, it's glowed steadily brighter. Since I've reached the Deerwood, however, it's gotten hard to read. Some days it flickers and goes dark. Others it shines nice and bright, for a few hours. But most of the time, it looks just like this.
How's it going, Soul Angel? Okay, let's say, what will you do now?
I can tell you what I won't do again. Rely on miracle peddlers. It was some so-called watcher who sent me to this crossroads in the middle of nowhere in the first place. I was on my way out of the Balmarsh when I heard talk of a traveling mystic who could supposedly see souls. I knew it was a long shot, but what did I have to lose? I went to see this fellow and gave him the Audra figurine. He made a big show of moaning and rolling his eyes, and after I'd given him 5 golden dukes to lift the shroud, he told me to seek the crossroads in the field between the wolf's lair and the twining trees.
Okay, go on. Yeah, New Year, same drama, exactly. It always is, isn't it?
He thought he was being vague, but I know the area well enough to recognize that he meant this place, right between Defiance Bay and Twin Elms. I had a bad taste in my mouth, but my coin was spent and I'd already left an arrow in his knapsack as a friendly warning. Told him I'd come back and leave him with another if it turned out he was giving me the runaround. I've been here a week now. Guess he had the last laugh after all.
May I see the figurine?
Why?
We're gonna tell her I'm a real watcher.
You expect me to believe that? After the story I just told you?
I mean it.
Fine. But if you try to run, just remember that my arrows are faster.
She hands you the figurine, her chapped knuckles grazing your hand. She watches you examine it, wary but cautious. You raise the Adra bear, turning it in the light. As your eyes catch a tiny glinting scratch, the scenery around you melts away. You're standing on a cliff overlooking the water, seeing through eyes that aren't your own. You catch the musk of beasts amid the fresh scent of vegetation, and your heart beats a little faster. You'll have to watch your step up here. You look down just long enough to see the sharp, pale cliffs drop into the water, hundreds of feet below. I see a vision of cliffs high over the water. Does that sound familiar? Your question is greeted with shrugs and silence. So we don't have enough perception. I think perception is extremely low for us, so we're not going to make these checks at all. But we're going to return the figurine. I've got it. He's standing on a cliff.
What are you talking about? What just happened?
She looks at the Adra bear herself, turning it a few times. She looks back at you. I told you, I'm a watcher. She blinks at you a few times, calculating. If you'd seen the way he stares at dead things, you'd know he's serious.
You realize I've got no coin to give you, even if I did believe you.
Well, come with me. I've got other business in the area, and we can look for Persoc on the way.
If this is your idea of a joke, you may be stuck with me for a while. Lead the way.
All right. You played an evil playthrough, so you didn't have Sagani or the Cypher Lady. I actually really love... the Grieving Mother. I want to get her in the party eventually. Sagani, I'm not a big fan of Sagani, honestly. I think we'll make her our mechanics person. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Sagani. I don't really know how to play Rangers. I mean, I like Maya in Pillars 2, but Sagani, for some reason, I've never been able to make her work. I feel like Itumak always gets downed the first thing every combat. Okay, so we can do... Animal companions do small amounts of sneak attack damage against targets that qualify. Ranger's animal companion gains the improved defenses against charmed, confused, and dominated. I feel like the animal companion is not something we really need to build into for Sagani, though. Might just want to make her... Yeah, the ranger's aim becomes deadlier, making his or her wounding shots more accurate. I mean, I'm fine with that. The ranger's animal companion... Oh, trains the ranger's animal companion in vicious tactics, causing it to deal more damage and penetrate damage reduction with each hit. I feel like that's also pretty good. That makes the animal companion much better. Let's go with the accurate wounding shot. Low-key thinking Itumak did more damage than Sagani for me? Yeah, really? I don't know. Itumak always dies at the beginning of like every combat for me. She is good. Grieving Mother, but might leave because of your evil choices. Yeah. I do want to do an evil playthrough of this game at some point. I played a scan priest at one point, but like I never finished the playthrough. The ranger gets into a speedy and fluid offensive rhythm, reducing accuracy but increasing fire rate. I never really like these increasing fire rate things. I think I did marked prey before. 1 per encounter. Yeah, I mean, this is good if you're, like, going up against one singular boss, right? Designates a single target as prey, giving the ranger and animal companion a damage bonus against the target. For 30 seconds, 20% damage. That seems pretty good. Heightens the predatory instincts of the ranger's animal companion, giving them a damage bonus on any creature suffering a damage over time effect. That's also interesting. By lowering attack and reload rate, the ranger is able to take more careful aim, giving them increased accuracy and damage. See, that I don't mind at all. Remember him biting for 50 to 80 damage? Oh, holy shit. Wow. Yeah, I think this is fine. The vicious aim, I kind of like the consistency of that a little bit more. Go for stealth points, I guess. I don't know. I don't really think we're going to use Sagani, because, truth be told, I mean, she's cool. I just don't find her as interesting as, like, the other companions. We'll do Marksman as a passive. There we go. We'll also go MP.
I'm here.
What do you mean by MP? Have Itumak in the front.
I'm here.
Marked prey. Oh, gotcha. Yep. Seemed like the move. Okay, so we got the Adelwan Bridge, or we could go to Deerford straight away. How much more XP do I need to level up? I feel like we can't need that much more. Okay, we need 1,000 more to level up. I do want to level up soon, and then I want to go to Raedric's Hold. I think that would be the way to play this. So we'll go here first. We do have a full party now. 6 is the party max, by the way. Let's pass by all these people. Welcome to Defiance Bay, but watch yourself in our city, understand?
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm looking for a Temple of Mudika. He scratches his beard. Not sure why you'd want to go there, he shrugs. It's in First Fire if you really want to see it. You seem to be on edge. What's the problem? Thousands of them, truth be told. We've got refugees coming in from all parts under some misguided notion that things are actually better here.
that the legacy somehow passed us over. So they show up with no prospects and little money and just end up making a worse mess of things. He looks you up and down. No offense. Okay. Side quests do give less XP, right? If you have a full party, I think so. I don't know. Because I think it gets distributed among the people.
The city at the heart of the Deerwoods Revolution now seems on the brink of another.
Oh, shit.
Refugees line the streets, homeless and hungry, displaced by White One's legacy, hoping for relief within the city walls, and finding none. Dissidents congregate to protest and to heckle, calling for an end to animancy and the ouster of their duke. The city's militiamen cast fearful looks as they patrol the streets, their hands trembling at the hilts of their weapons. The capital of a country that had not long ago incinerated a god now appears to be a spark away from sharing the deity's fate.
Okay. I think this is the start of Act 2, if I'm not mistaken. I'm hoping that means we can still go do Raedric's Hold, though.
The City of Defiance. Crown jewel of the Deerwood. If you ask the locals, anyway.
I'm going to pass by that guy. I don't think we need to talk to him at the moment. Yeah, if that is the case, then maybe we do drop Sagani from the party. Because we don't really need her. But there's also a lot of side quests we can do here.
Hello.
The man behind the bar is nearly the size of an Almawa. A handle protrudes from his back and his face is set in a stoic frown. He gives you a small nod. You here for a drink? There's a tiny pewter cup in front of him. He turns it in one broad hand, but doesn't drink from it. Yeah, I don't think we need to talk to this guy either. I think we'll do a 180 back to Raedric's Hold, because we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves now. I was hoping we'd level up when we walked into Defiance Bay, but that is not the case. Yeah, we'll head on over to Raedric's place. I think that this will be fine.
An impressive keep, but I doubt we'll be welcome inside.
Oh, you know what, though? Okay, hold on. We're gonna make one more pivot. We're gonna go pick up Grieving Mother in Deerford, because I want her more than Sagani. Haven't done solo, so don't know how formulaic it is. Yeah, solo seems crazy. Playing this game with a single person, it's gotta be nuts. Does anyone know what the best class to do that is?
I have.
Okay, I should have.
Dead on. I'm here.
You need to know specifically what to go with the new class and quest. Yeah, you would need to know. You need to have a lot of knowledge about the game.
I'm here.
Oh, there is like... There's a lurker over there. We can also go to the Stormwall Gorge and we can pick up another companion. I always forget about him. We can go pick him up, I think, right? Oh wait, does Deerford not open until the end of Act 2? No, your Glonfoth doesn't open. That's right. Okay. Where is our man at? Not over here. There he is. Chewing on a piece of uncooked meat, a small Orlan dressed in tattered leathers offers a mumbled greeting and waves his hand. Despite his pleasant smile, the upper right portion of his face is in a sorry state. An eye patch stitched with a stylized eyeball wraps around his head, and his ear is a mangled remnant that twitches and spasms while the other ear perks up at your approach. Next to him is the splayed carcass of a deer that appears ripped open by a bear or a wolf. You hear a gurgling rumble next to you. Sagani places her hand on her stomach. Her eyes are on the carcass. Still fresh. Itumak's pink tongue lolls out of his mouth.
If this is your deer, you need a new game warden. Name's Haravius. Hungry? I can't eat all this. First catch of the day, help yourself.
Oh god, doing his voice is going to be tough too. What killed the deer?
One ornery Stelgar. Though looking at the deer's insides, it had a malformed but delicious heart, and would have been dead within the year regardless. Gallowayne chose a fitting end for this fine animal. Pardon me, I shouldn't pray with my mouth full.
He bows his head to the deer, starts to breathlessly chant, but then stops abruptly. What brings you here?
Other than the delicious venison, new trees to document, new animals to sketch, new sights to be seen. I've learned as much as I can from the druids of my circle. I'd rather wander and learn than take root and stagnate. So if you're traveling to Deerwood and need another set of hands, I'd welcome the safety of a group.
A druid's assistance would be welcome.
I'm trained by the celebrants of Hawk and Ivy of the Fisher Crane tribe. I know more than my share of nature magic, and, well, I don't shy away from a good fight. I have business with the druids that live near Twin Elms. So long as we find ourselves there eventually, I'm happy to follow along.
Okay.
Splendid! It'll be an honor to run with a pack for a change.
I really usually never run Harabius in my parties, because I don't really understand druids that well. How's it going, 7? Happy New Year. Yeah, I don't really understand the way you play druids that well. Because we can either play him in wild shape, or we can play him with magic. Let's put some points. He's already got 2 survival. I don't know. Athletics is usually fine. Wild Strike Burn. The druid's knowledge of the forces of nature allows him or her to automatically inflict burn damage when spirit shifted. Corrode damage. Okay. Freeze, shock, corrode, or burn. Those don't seem great. Simple, by the time he finishes wild shape, everyone is dead. Okay, then we'll play him as a wild shape and not worry too much about spell casting. What's the best kind of damage in this game? Corrode? Wild shape is very powerful in PoE 1? Okay. Then maybe we'll run Haravius, because I usually never have him in my parties. I don't know. I'm going to go with Corrode. Oh, you picked Corrode as well? Yeah, it seems good. I don't know. Give him more athletics. A greater Wild Strike Corrode. Sure. We'll do that.
Yes?
Yeah, typically I'm not huge on druids in games. I liked, I did like playing druid in Baldur's Gate 3, though. But I usually don't wild shape in Baldur's Gate. I actually usually spellcast as a druid. Usually pick, like, what is it? Circle of Land. Because you get all those interesting spells. Okay, we'll go into Deerford.
Well, whatever happens, at least we're out of that mud hole, Gilded Vale. I grew up in Gilded Vale. Quaint. That's what I meant to call it. No, you had it right.
I think Adair and Aloth have really fun dialogue with each other. Oh, a word, traveler. I only require a moment.
Greetings.
The guard gives you an appraising eye. You've recently come to Deerford, I take it. I don't suppose you saw a young elven noblewoman on the road. I'm stuck in this wretched place with the rest of my unit until we find her. I have not seen anyone like that. Same as everyone else in this blazing village. Perhaps you could go speak with Lord Harrond at the inn anyway. He'll be grateful for the assistance, and it could be the locals open up to you about his daughter's disappearance more than they have to us. Okay. We want to go to the woman who's going to make me read more than anyone else in this damn game. Oh, can we not see her yet? What? Is she up further? Oh, she's up over here, isn't she? Yep, okay. Grieving mother. The woman looks briefly through you, as if she doesn't know you're there. This middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Her hands are working at separating stringy, colorless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads off the long, fibrous stems with a paring knife. What do you think of the upgrade systems? Any weapon PoE 1 versus PoE 2 with unique weapons? I think they're both interesting. I think PoE 2 is much more fun to play than PoE 1, honestly. I like the multi-classing in PoE 2. Can't be as bad as the wall of text you read all the time in Morrowind. That's true. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. Excuse me. The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There's no indication she heard you. Study the woman. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable pots are now missing. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing, like many of the townsfolk you've seen. There is a strange blur to her. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with threads that lack color, in a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she is half-minded, or deaf, but something feels wrong. As you watch, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Focus on the woman. Her brown hair is long, almost impossibly to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downward, the hair has become long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver, and wrapping around her hands. She is forming a soul cradle with the threads, braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black strands of her hair weave together, with silver predominating as a highlight, the black shadowing it. And suddenly, you are calm. You are on a plateau, almost the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath a clear sky. And beneath the plateau, surrounding it in all directions, a forest hazy with mist, although whether it is actual mist or distance or a recollection. Resting in the curve of a natural arch above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention, as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. The plateau has soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you feel your body, your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. And you hear a soft series of chimes, like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains color and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts like mist rolling softly into a sealed chamber. And focus on the chimes. The chime coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You are on the stone of the plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground, silver, white, shimmering like Adra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists and your hands. Your hands are in motion. Weaving, not thread, but gathering, tenderly moving along the first movements of Bareth's wheel. Your hands are wet. Your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head, turning in your grip, its head slick, wet from the womb. The hands you are wearing, inhabiting, have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman's labored breathing, crying out. Focus on the child, the movement of your hands. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear, cutting loose the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as comfort. Of that you are certain. Draw the child forth. And coaxed by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly, the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving, weaving. moving along the length of a soft, wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You are holding a small child, still wet from the womb, before you. Happy New Year, Lorcan. How's it going? The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you are viewing a soul from within a soul. But it is there. It is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, her hands reach out for it. Surrender the child? You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the chimes echo the movement, and you realize the chimes are hanging from cords on your wrists, and where once they echoed in the memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and the experience. The experience. The woman laughs with a ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demands of labor have left her exhausted. But the child is here. The child is safe. And all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. Slowly pull back and retreat from the memory. With effort, the scene bleeds of color, and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remains, as they existed in the memory. They sound here as well, and they are hanging from woven braids on the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of the chimes on her wrists is sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she is nothing like what you first saw. She is wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her, form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and run through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. As she lifts her head to face you, you see that her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realize what you see is not what the world sees, and you are perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense a threat in the realization. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she is glad to at last be seen. Okay, that was a whole lot of reading. I would say that was much better than any of the Morrowind reading, because this was actually meant to be read. A lot of the Morrowind stuff is like, God, there's that one Morrowind segment that had like, it was a paragraph that went on for like 12 stanzas or something. It was insane. Anyway, or a sentence that went on for like 12 stanzas. Is Grieving Mother actually real or a ghost? She is definitely real. So we're going to say, what did you do to me?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
There is a light touch on your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch, reaching up to the air between you. You hear the chime on her wrist sound softly. Her hand moves as if pantomiming resting on your cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. The cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone. And a storm. The storm.
So if you guys remember, we were in a Beowick.
The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
Yeah, I encountered a Beowick, yes, and it did something to me. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chime sounding softly once again. The woman stands, uncertainly, as if she has been sitting for some time. or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt, yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It is almost a question. You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her, the image on the plateau. Yet the image was so clear, so sharp, you're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift, a watcher's gift.
I will say, I've never been able to do that with a living person, except with you.
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels, or eroding what keeps your true strength buried. The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
There is a silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat, in your thoughts it stretches out between the two of you, like a pole between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and then you realize she wants to ask you a question, yet can't form the words, as if assembling them is painful. Or there simply are not enough pieces. Okay, we're going to assemble the thought. Do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly, her expression does not change. Then fear dissipates, and you feel strength and certainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you, and a calm sky looks down upon you. Okay, who do we get rid of? Probably Kana. I think Kana, we can take him with us later, but I have not really been playing him correctly, so we'll drop him out of the party for now. This is kind of an interesting group of folks. We've got, obviously, Adair and Aloth are like mainstays in the party. I think I want Durance with us at all times too, just because he's funny, but maybe we swap Durance out with Pallegina eventually. Okay, so Grieving Mother is a cipher, and ciphers are really interesting. I think Soul Shock is a good one. Briefly transform the outer shell of an allied target soul into energy, releasing an electrical burst around them. Characters standing in the area around the target take shock damage, so that would be pretty good. We're going to want Grieving Mother in the back lines. I'm going to give her a gun, and she's going to be basically shooting in the back. Probably with a pistol or something. Yeah, we'll take Kana with us in the Endless Paths for sure. The Eye Strike is also pretty good from what I remember. Tenuous Grasp is also... These first level ones are pretty good, aren't they? Creates a toxic physical manifestation of the mutual antipathy between the cipher and the enemy target. Enemies caught in the path between the two will suffer corrosive damage. I think we'll go with Soul Shock, because we've got a lot of people in the front line. Myself included. Okay, the Cipher's Soul Whip bites deeper, granting a bonus to damage. Focus of retaliatory strikes, stunning an enemy whenever they target the Cipher's will defense. That's pretty good as well. Draining Whip enhances the draining power of the Cipher's Soul Whip, regenerating focus more quickly. That's the one that we want for the start. For sure. The way ciphers work, I should explain. Ciphers generate focus points, and then those focus points can be spent in combat to use your abilities. So you gain focus points by dealing damage. So we're basically going to have her sitting in the back, doing damage, generating a ton of focus points, because guns generate tons of focus points. Specifically, I think Blunderbuss is a really good one. And so we'll want to think about that. Phantom Foes. We'll already have enough people that are going to be flanking, so I don't know if we need that. Recall Agony is pretty good. Ciphers can directly target allies and enemies with powerful soul-focused effects. These powers cost focus. Yeah, okay. Recall Agony is what I wanted to be reading. Yeah, this reapplies damage, so causes the target to relive the psychic trauma of an injury moments after receiving it, experiencing the damage all over again. So 30% of all damage reapplied over 16 seconds. So I think that's a pretty good one. I liked that one in my playthrough. My first character was a Cipher. so I do kind of know a little bit about ciphers. And I also like Mind Blades. Co-ops the target's essence, generating a slashing blade of force that attacks them before leaping to up to 5 additional targets. So yeah, we'll go with that. And then I think next we're going to... Oh, did we not get a feat or anything? Yeah, Mind Blade is good, yeah. Tenuous Grasp, I think this... Tenuous Grasp, I think this is good as well. And there we go. Okay, I think I want to give her the Gunner... No, not Gunner perk. Where is the Blunderbuss? Okay, Ruffian. So Saber, Stiletto Club, Pistol, and Blunderbuss. That'll be a good weapon focus for her. So we want her to be hitting her shots. So, we'll do that. We, of course, need to find her a pistol. But that shouldn't be too hard.
That's... fragrant.
Okay, and then we'll come back to Deerford eventually. Some mind control might also be nice. Yeah, I think there's a 3rd level focus thing that's really nice. Well, yeah, we'll come back to Deerford later. I like this party that we've got now. And when we get into the DLC, maybe we'll trade off Arabius for, like, Devil of Karok or something. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, peace out, Ilya. Yeah, ciphers are one of the 2 unique classes that Pillars has.
A skirt wizard?
Oh.
Or do you merely hide behind them?
Don't pawn your personal problems off on me.
They will use you, cast you off when it suits them. Never speak another word to you.
Maybe they just don't answer to fiery whore.
Your party needs to rest? I mean, my guy needs to rest. I bet we can milk a lot more out of this day, though. We just got 2 new companions that have taken no damage. So I think we'll be okay. If we were on Path of the Damned, for sure. Over here, mister. A young boy watches the passerby and counts a grimy handful of coins. His face and arms are smudged with dirt, but except for the grass stains, his clothes are in good condition. As you approach, he blinks and makes a quick, furtive effort to pocket his coins. The boy stares at you, his mouth hanging open. After several seconds frozen in silence, he squints and mumbles. "What's that on your head?" He snaps out of his trance, but continues to watch you with fascination. "Hey, mister, want to know a secret?" He wipes his nose with his sleeve. "I know a real good secret." It looks like we got a little hustler here. Someone raised this kid right. Really? What is it? He shrugs and clasps his hands behind his back, kicking a loose pebble. "I just saw folks hiding some really neat things. I could show you where, but Mom and Dad told me not to talk to strangers." His eyes slowly roll up at you. "But maybe you could help me with something? Then we wouldn't be strangers." Help you with what? Gordy's voice suddenly rises in pitch and tempo. "The Crucible Knights have these daggers made out of March steel. It's the best steel around, except for Durgan steel, which doesn't count because no one makes it anymore." He stops long enough to catch his breath. "Anyway, there's this merchant over by the Expedition Hall, and he has a dagger made of real March steel." His eyes grow large and round. "He said he wouldn't sell it to me because I'm a kid, and kids don't know anything about daggers. But that's not true. I know lots about daggers. I know about the different kinds of steel. I know about the Crucible Knights make them in a forge. I know that the tip can pierce low-gauge scale armor, that one good thing in sharp can cut through bone. See, I know plenty about daggers, and I really, really want one. And if you could just get it for me, I promise I'll never, ever ask anyone for anything ever again." Okay. Why do I get the feeling this kid would manage to hurt himself with a picture of a knife? Can't we just scare the information out of this kid like responsible adults? You're too young to play with knives. I'm sure your parents told you that you wouldn't be asking, or you wouldn't be asking me. I forget what our disfavored dispositions are. Cruel and deceptive, right? So we can be rational. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm sure your parents told you that you wouldn't be asking, or sure your parents told you that, or you wouldn't be asking me. But if I'm going to be a real warrior, I have to start training young, just like the heroes in the stories. I just know I was a great warrior in a previous life. My mom even says I have an old soul. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna help Gordy. Maybe eventually. Man, I really wanted to grab some XP here really quick. Dareloth's Victorian street urchin voice. Yeah. We all have one in our back pocket, right? Okay, I think I'm going to go here, and we're just going to abuse the inn here, because we can get rests for 0 gold. So, and we don't have to burn our camp supplies. It's kind of a little bit of a waste, but it's also not.
How do you do?
Like a room, please. Common room. Yeah, I think I got that deceptive point from lying to Afra about her child. Which doesn't seem very fair to me. It seems a little bit overboard. Okay, and then we'll go over to Raedric's Hold. We'll finally get this show on the road. Also, welcome to the stream, Ophelia. The guard fixes a glower on you. You have no business here. Lord Raedric is not permitting any visitors, merchants, or travelling entertainers. He sneers. Best turn right around. I'm here to see Raedric. Step aside. The guard snorts. Are you hard of hearing? He draws his sword. You've got one more chance to turn around. The guards inside won't be half so gentle. The guard fixes a glower on you. Oh yeah, okay. Well then I'll be leaving then. You could probably go kill some mobs in unlocked areas. I'm not sure if Defiance Bay quests won't be a bit tough, but then it's not... Yeah, I mean, honestly, this game is not too bad. Like, we can go into Raedric's Hold. The way that I did it on my first playthrough is I went up here, and you can kill off enemies, like, one by one in little groups. So we will examine the wall. The overgrown vines look fairly sturdy, though it is unclear whether they would bear a person's weight. Far above, you notice that a section of the parapets has fallen away, presenting a gap in the defenses. Jump to reach the vines. You get a running start on the bank of the moat and leap, aiming for some of the thicker vines. Your handhold sways and there is an ominous cracking sound above, but the vines hold. The tower looms above you. Climb up the vines. The climb up the keep wall is long and wearying. Aloth, Durance, and Grieving Mother begin to lag behind, fatigued, but in time the top of the wall comes within reach, and you are able to pull yourself up and over. Okay, so they're a little bit fatigued. They've got a tank to accuracy and their max endurance.
I'm here.
Also, I need to make sure where Grieving Mother is. Yeah, she needs to be in the back. I need to give her probably the gun that that Durance had. And swap Durance with the crossbow. We'll set this like so. We need to get her a pistol eventually, but I'm guessing we can find one somewhere in Raedric's Hold.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So do a quick save here. I hear someone walking. Wait, why is... Well, Aloth can be in the back, I don't care.
I shall end this.
We're gonna get a head start with her taking a shot. Okay, she hit. You'll see that she generated some focus, so she's now got 29 focus. And she can do... Yeah, Whisper of Treason. This is the really good one. That'll charm someone. So we got that one. We're good. Yeah, I'm gonna move everyone else. Well, I'll move myself up first. Yeah, now we've got him engaged, so then everyone else can join in on the fun. And there we go. Chopped him into a bunch of little meat.
My thoughts are scattered. Hard to hold on to.
Your last stream got me curious, so I bought the game and absolutely love it. Only downside is that this game needs to be studied because I'm quite a noob with these kind of games. Dude, I'm glad to hear that. That was part of the reason that I wanted to start playing these, because I was hoping that it might inspire some people to play them because they're really good. But I'm glad that you've been enjoying it. Have I met Raedric? I have not met Raedric yet. So see, Grieving Mother with that gun, it just does so much damage. Put that soul shock on us. Yeah, so we can just kind of go through and pick off guards one by one. It's not too big of a deal. Because again, we're on the normal difficulty, so.
I'll see what I can find.
Also, steal some stuff from over here. Okay, Adair's been caught, but I don't think this guy can do much at range to us. So again, I will move myself. Well, okay. Adair. Oh, no. Adair, you gotta go back. I will move myself up here. And then those two guys over there are not in combat. And these four can get in combat. Oh, Arabius. Let's do a wild shape. Wow, he is... Okay. He took a lot of damage already. Oh shit, he just dies? Oh, okay. Didn't know that was how that worked.
Deeply indeed.
Wow. Alright. Wild shape is very bizarre to me. So if you die in wild shape, you don't get a second life. You just fall over and die. Oh, he's got a sprained wrist now too. That sucks.
Yes?
I remember there being pretty decent stuff in here too. I don't remember who I gave high mechanics to. I think... no, we don't really have anyone with high mechanics. We could go get Kana. We could go get Kana again.
Yes.
Wild shape doesn't give you another health pool. It's more about damage. Okay, then I will be more careful about that. I thought that I was getting a second HP bar. We can also speed up the time, the in-game time again. Move a little bit forward. Yeah, there's also guys over here.
I'm here.
I'll have Durance bless us. That's a good AoE there. Okay, now I have these Watcher abilities I haven't done yet. But we can hit all three of these guys with that. And everyone needs to be attacking someone. Arabius with his little spear. I should give him, Oh, wow. Yeah, that does do a lot of damage, doesn't it? I should give him a better weapon, I guess. Or he doesn't really need one, I suppose. Yeah, that's true. We need... Okay, that makes more sense why why nothing is happening. Mind Wave is pretty good, right? Gotta remember what Mind Wave does. Raw damage, trauma. We'll just do a Soul Shock. Cool. Yeah, we do need to set their scripts to aggressive. That's a good point. Aggressive. And...
Need something?
aggressive.
Understood.
Okay, so we got some pretty good armor out of that. Pretty good money.
I'm here.
How much more XP? Still a lot. Still a lot of XP. Rabius also has cat form. He's also really fast. Okay, cool.
Light.
Good to know. Okay, so we got some Berethian priest robes, which are really nice to have. Got 6 right there. So what we can do with these is we can wear them, and then we can blend in. We need to go talk to the priest of Bareth. We obviously don't want to get caught. Because then we'd have to fight with this stuff on. And that would go pretty poorly for us. That passive to make dual wielding faster works in druid form since it's basically unarmed. Ooh, okay, cool. Go downstairs. Well, we want to go down here for Kolsch, because he wanted us to check on his men. Actually, I think down here I don't need to wear this stuff. We'll do a quick save first, though. Yeah, I shouldn't be wearing this stuff right now. We should just swap everyone back into their base stuff. That'll do. I could get a 12 DR breastplate too. That's fine with me. The more DR we have, the better. Okay.
What?
What? Okay, this is already going to be a little bit tricky. We also, before we fully start combat, I still have Merwald's Grimoire on Aloth, and I don't like that. There we go, that's much better. So, we could potentially get an early snipe on these guys with Aloth. Nope. Oh god, a dare. Hey buddy, come back.
Aye?
Okay, we're gonna put this here. I guess I'll go rush the Revenant, because I think that's generally a bit tougher of a thing to fight.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Grieving Mother actually could probably get a really good wave of terror there. There we go.
Yes?
Do a second blast. Durance, you gotta help, buddy. You gotta do something.
Need something?
Nice.
I don't suppose we could rest a spell.
Nope, you don't need to rest.
I'm here.
And what does the flame reveal?
I don't know why it keeps picking a dare to go first in these things. Okay, a woman caught mid-step across the room turns her head to face you. Long curls of black hair frame her face, one side of which is flecked with some green liquid. The gaze she sets upon you holds an eerie intensity. More interruptions. The woman sets down the books she holds, smiling faintly. What an interesting time we've been having of late. So many uninvited guests. I suppose I have you to thank for all the damage to my work. It took time to get those people back on their feet, you know. What is it you're doing here? I've come to see Lord Raedric. Asra narrows her eyes, a smile widening. Aren't we the bold one? You must be another of Kolsch's little rebels. Does he recruit you all out of the Black Hound? Ply you with drink? Ask you to ignore the consequences of your actions? No matter. What concerns me is the curse upon Gilded Vale's people. I am on the cusp of a great discovery, and it is not Kolsch who undermines me. She eyes you. You might have chosen more powerful allies. Why haven't you been able to find a cure yet? Asra's expression to her goes cold. It's that fool priest Nedmar, the Berethian.
The old man has woven a tidy little tapestry of lies and fables. Lord Raedric is a pious man, and Nedmar holds power over him, especially now after this business with Ygritte, as if that hollow-born child was my doing. In any case, my efforts are increasingly hobbled by ignorance. The priest has focused Lord Raedric's attentions upon the ruins of the Scattered Gods' temple. If it is consecrated anew, rededicated to Bereth, then the curse will be lifted. Asra rolls her eyes. Raedric believes him, of course. In any case, he has supplied a vast amount of gold toward the effort. I will note that I am bereft of such generous support. She gestures to her lab with a sweep of her arm. I am left to scrounge for answers in these dismal conditions. What caused Weidwin's legacy? It isn't the superstitions of a senile old man, I can tell you that, Asria snorts. The legacy is an affliction of the soul, and I have dedicated my life, alongside my peers, to understanding the fabric of souls, the essence of life. With any luck, she'll hang on that tree alongside her peers, too. Aloth's voice is cold. I consider myself the foremost student of Pangram's famed theorems. It wasn't by chance that I was called here to assist in determining the true cause of this blight. This curse is not a parting gift from the scattered god, nor a punishment for petty sins. It must be a localized effect, something which strips the soul from a body, as the Beowicks are known to do. Don't tell my town that. They might get real embarrassed about trying to have me hanged. I have dedicated, even so, lingering traces of essence upon the bodies of so-called Hollowborn, or I have detected. This suggests that the soul itself has not been wholly destroyed. It remains, I think, intact somewhere, and so it can be retrieved, sutured, if you will, back into its mortal flesh. Could I help somehow? Asria angles a curious look your way. An interesting proposal. I certainly can't leave you threatening Lord Raedric's life. How would I continue my research if he were gone? She frowns. Still, perhaps we need not be enemies. If your true purpose is indeed, as Kolsch claims, to help Gilded Vale, then we are of one mind, and you may well be of use to me. I stand at the very brink of revelation, but Nedmar's interference has gone too far. Yeah, what do you want me to do? I want you to deal with the High Priest, of course. With him gone, Raedric will have nobody to distract him. We can focus our efforts upon resolving this crisis, and we will have the resources to do so. Kill him, and in return I will give you the means to speak with Raedric, a secret way by which you can avoid the guards. Asria smiles crookedly. They are not as patient as I, you see, nor do they ask many questions before attacking. She raises a finger. All this with the condition that you do not harm Lord Raedric. Aloth speaks between his teeth. I do hope you're not considering a deal with her. Yeah. We're gonna kill her. You're as monstrous as the creatures you make. Asria's smile fades swiftly. Very well. If it's battle you long for, I'm happy to indulge you. Perhaps Lord Raedric will show me greater favor if I bring him your corpse as well. Okay, so I think immediately we're going to want Grieving Mother to shoot her.
Need something?
We'll Wild Shape Herodias first thing. We will have Durance bless everyone. We will have Aloth do... I don't like Rolling Flame here because it hurts my my friends here. But maybe just a Ball of Fire could be kind of fun. I don't know, I don't use the spell enough. I'm going to do it. And then Adair, I think we'll knock down Asria.
I'm here.
And we are going to... I don't know, maybe charge her first, engage her. There goes the Ball of Fire. That is kind of loud, sorry. That Ball of Fire seems to have worked out. There we go.
Afraid to close your eyes, Watcher? Not all of us are on such bad terms with sleep.
Okay, so we got her Grimoire, we got some golden obols, and a rusted iron cell key, which is all going to be helpful for us. Fine stiletto and a hunting bow.
Absolutely.
Deerwood Part 6. I actually read that book for my lore video that I did on pillars. Seems to be a door over here too, like a hidden door. I don't know. Maybe we crouch.
I'll see what I can
find
find.
it. Nope. Oh, Almala skeleton. Hello. I forgot that there were more creatures about. Okay, let's reshift our party around. Oh wow, those things go down easy. Ravius, hold up.
Need something?
Easy.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Okay, I think Grieving Mother has the highest sneak and mechanics. So we'll just have her go on a solo mission really quick. Well, not a very long solo mission.
What?
Oops, she's already in here.
How may I help?
Okay, I like starting out with a gunshot from Grieving Mother.
I'm here.
Oh shit. It's not what I meant to do exactly. Yeah, that's fine.
I shall be discreet.
Okay, got the door unlocked. Go talk to this dude. This young man's face is badly bruised, and his gaunt form is covered in a threadbare shirt. He watches you, shivering, with a measure of hope in his eyes. I don't know who you are, but will you help me? Gods, what have people become in this place? He gazes nervously past you at the open cell door. I don't think I can fight my way out. I take it you ended up here after assaulting the keep with Kolsch and his men? Yes. He looks away. It seemed a good plan. We got in without incident, and I knew the way. But we were surprised in the dungeons. And most of us... Giaco shudders. You will have seen some of them. Fought them. Their bodies, at least. Not their minds anymore, but their souls. The woman down here, Raedric's animancer, her name is Osria. I've heard her speaking sometimes, talking about a cure. Lord Raedric calls on her often, but she's not curing anyone. She's only turned men and women into monsters. He shudders. I watched her take the others. I was sure I'd be next. Allah shakes his head. Men and women turn to this evil to cure Hollowborn. Madness. Well, I'll tell him that she's dead. Giaco breathes in sharply, surprised, before sagging with relief. Good. She deserved far worse. Maybe with her gone, the people she's changed can pass on to the next life. I hope so, anyway. Brave of you to take her on. Those animancers, you never know what they're capable of. Okay, I don't know if we should tell Giaco to leave yet, because there could still be some creepy crawlies around here. Also, that looks like a trap on the floor right there. Let's go double check. Oh shit! I stood right on it.
I could use some time to restore my
I didn't see that one.
spirits.
Failed to disarm the trap. Damn it. Oh, we'll just walk around it. Hey, more camp supplies. Love to see it.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Yeah. Oh, shit, another trap. Oh my god. Okay, maybe Grieving Mother needs a bit more in mechanics. We'll back her up. We'll back everyone up like this, actually. That way Dare and I are frontlining, and we kill that thing. Okay. Yeah, that's tough.
Quietly now.
I'm still going to take her on a little solo mission over here because I'm not sure that anyone else has higher mechanics. Although I should check, shouldn't I? She's got a 3 in mechanics. Ravius has a 1. Yeah, she's the best. Okay. That's a trap right there. I see that one. Ooh, make it. Trap detection depends on perception? I thought it depended on stealth plus mechanics.
Yes?
God damn it, dude. Yeah, whatever. I'll fight the black ooze. Okay. Pretty sure any hidden object is handled by perception. I gotta reread what mechanics does then. Stealth allows characters of any class to attempt to avoid is used automatically in scouting mode. The higher the character's skill, the closer they can get to enemies before being detected. Okay, yeah, I guess I misread that as the closer you get to traps. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, no one in the party is good at perception. Very true.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Hey, but she found one. Good for her. Nope.
Indeed.
Who is our best at perception? Definitely not Haravius, because he's, like, blind. Yeah, nobody's good at it. I guess Haravius is technically the best, isn't he?
Need something?
With his stats. Also, I'd rest before someone gets actually... but no one can perma-die in this mode, so we're fine. I don't really mind if people get downed or anything.
I'd say it's time to get a campfire going and let sleep follow.
I'd be glad to.
Haravius is fine. I promise you, we can stretch more out of this day. I don't remember this place being so big down here.
I'll see what I can find.
I think this is where you can enter from the sewers, right?
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet. My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
I'm here. Quiet.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Some more ooze. Did you guys ever see the Power Rangers movie when you were a kid with Ivan Ooze?
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
There we go.
Yes?
Thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
God damn it, dude. It's so fucking annoying. Minor braces of deflection. Cool. Okay, so who could use these? Got the ring of deflection on him. I guess Adair could use... Well, he's got the ring of deflection. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll give it to Haravius, I suppose.
I'm here.
Nice and quiet.
Okay, now for this, I think I want to have Adair go up closer. Yep, because he's got higher health. That's why.
A little rest is in order.
Like, I feel like we should kill everything down here before telling that guy to go, right? Because he's just gonna die. Got some revenants down that way. We are so close to leveling up, too. 500 more XP.
I'm here.
Okay, we'll head on back out of Raedric's hold. Go this way. I remember my first character was a death god-like cipher. It was pretty fun. I just had him sit in the back all the time. I had him like super min-max, so I had like 3 resolve, and then I had like 19 might. I would just shoot people in the back. Generate a bunch of focus points, and then cast insane cipher spells.
Hail, traveler.
All right. Well, we could also sell some stuff. I feel like that would be good to just get some money. Then we can upgrade our keep a little bit more. And with that comes better stuff. We also might be able to get a handgun for Grieving Mother, because she's more accurate with those. And they're a little bit faster as well.
Welcome.
Okay. Gonna pretty much throw all of this stuff in there. We'll keep the books and whatnot. Okay. Easy 1,000 copper right there. Does he have a gun? I don't think he does. But we can go get one from Deerford, I'm sure. I think there's actually a legendary blunderbuss you can buy from that guy in Onslaugh's Compass, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we'll head on back to Raedric's Hold. There's also this side passage that we didn't take before, but I guess we could do that. Because that at least won't fatigue us, like going up the side of the Castleville. Set into the base of the keep's outer wall, a sewer grate spills murky, foul-smelling wastewater into the keep's surrounding moat. Slick, mossy stones form a precarious bridge across the murky water. Ahead, the iron bars of the sewer grate block passage. The bars are coated with rust and several appear bent, or sit at strange angles. They may have been weakened enough that you could bend them, given the means. I think we're going to try... I have a pretty high might. I'll try to bend the bars. You step forward to grip two of the iron bars. Leaning back, you pull as hard as you can. Despite your best efforts, however, the iron holds fast. Maybe we could have a dare bend the bars. Nope. I don't think anyone else can. Okay, we'll use a pry bar. The constant rush of foul water against the grate makes maneuvering difficult, but you manage to place the pry bar between two of the more heavily rusted bars and give it a heavy push. With a groan, one of the iron bars begins to give. You heave, and at last the bar snaps free of its base with a crunch. Beyond the broken gate, a dark passage leads further into the keep. Murky water flows through it in a continuous stream. You take a deep breath to forestall the acrid stench around you and slip forward into the flooded tunnel. The walls soon fade from view as you plunge into a foreboding darkness. It is going hard, and after several moments, Dareloth and Grieving Mother begin to flag behind, fatigued. But as you swim on, light begins to filter through the murky water ahead of you. You press on, seeking out the source, until you find yourself standing between a circular gap in the tunnel and a way out. Okay, so they get fatigued no matter what you do. Alright.
On the hunt.
I guess this puts us kind of where we wanted to be anyway.
What? Go in. Easy.
Easy. Easiest game of my life.
I could use a wee kip.
I'm here.
Bro, we just rested. Okay, those three, you know, we'll have Harabius do his wild shape. Nice. Yeah, that does do a ton of damage, doesn't it? That's crazy.
I'm here.
Okay. We've already been through all this. Is that everything, though?
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Okay, that's a trap for sure.
Do your eyes see what mine see?
Hey, thank you. Thank you for finally noticing something, Grieving Mother. I feel like maybe the play is we have Grieving Mother shoot this guy, and then she backs up, and we kind of catch them in the choke here.
Yes?
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Yeah, I think that's good. And then we can have Dareloth do his two little opening AoEs. The Dare can stun this guy prone.
Yes.
What?
Durance, I don't think Durance has offensive spells yet, does he? Or he does have this, yeah, he's got this projectile. Let's move him back. I also remember really liking Halt, but that's only on one character. Yeah, this can't really go through the wall, can it? That's a shame. Just do that.
What?
Might as well use a spell on Dareloth for once. Okay, Adair's being engaged by so many different things. There we go. Now I can make it through. And help him out. And now Harabius can get through. That's a lot better. And then everybody, you can still help. Alright. Cool. That wasn't too bad. I think that was handled pretty well. Grieving Mother, can you identify traps? I feel like this is trapped. Yep, okay. She got it. She got it.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
That one's also trapped. Cannot disarm the trap. Do you wish to trigger it? No. What about this one? Nope. Okay. Damn. Well, we'll come back later, I guess, when we've got higher mechanics. Oh, this is one of those rooms where it's Kickstarter people. Okay. I think that's probably everybody then. I mean, that's gotta be, right? Yeah, that's the whole damn thing. So now we can go talk to that dude.
I'm here.
We'll just have to remember to, come back down here and loot this stuff later. Please, nobody step on the trap. Okay. Good, good.
I shall do as you ask. What you ask is done.
It would be nice to have somebody with some mechanics. Because... some higher mechanics, because you get XP from picking locks.
At once.
Alright. Giaco, is it safe? Yeah, you're free. Make a run for it. Thank you, stranger. I have to get back to the fork, but first need some food and rest. I think... He hesitates. If you would dare the upper floors, please tell Nedmar I live yet. Tell him I still have the carving he gave me, of the Pale Knight. That should convince him, and perhaps he can help you somehow. Good luck, and may the gods keep you safe. Goodbye, Giaco.
Yes?
Giaco Piano.
The angry one is down.
Oh
Someone
my God.
might want to check on him.
A fatigued mind is a weakened one.
We knew where the trap was. Why did you step on it? Come on, Durance.
I'm here.
Oh, boy. Alright. We'll head back on upstairs. Still very surprised that we haven't leveled up. It's pretty insane. Durance has 9 perception, give him a break. No, for how rude he is to everybody else, he deserves no break. Oh. Oh. Are we not all in uniform? Well, damn. Okay. That sucks. That really is unfortunate.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Is that... who is up in front? Is that... that's Adair? Alright.
I'm here.
I don't really like that a whole lot. Oh, I really don't like this.
What?
I'm here.
Okay, okay, this is so fucked up. Harabius, go back. Adair, just disengage. Fuck it.
Yes?
I'll take over.
How may I help?
Okay, do your little blast, buddy. God damn. Okay. Oh. Some decent loot.
Certainly.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Fine mail armor. Let's see about that. 11 DR, 45% recovery. That's a decent trade-off. Okay, doesn't seem like there's much in here.
I'll stay out of sight.
Yeah, I guess before we fully get into combat, I guess we'll just kill everybody. Okay. How important is the recovery? I feel like 5% is not too bad of a difference.
I'm here.
Need something?
I could use some time to restore my spirits.
Yeah, sorry, it is attack speed. That's if that was your question.
I'm here.
I shall be discreet.
How much it affects gameplay? I mean, I don't think it will affect it that much, to be honest with you.
I'm here.
Honestly, this is another moment with Dareloth where I may just do the the rolling flame. Oh, I can't make it through the door. Damn it. Let's do Whispers of Trees. That didn't work. Let's try it again. Okay. Yeah, I think if we just take it room by room and just kill all these people, like...
Indeed.
That is fine with me.
I'm here.
And let me just double check. He already has a fine spear. Can you two-hand? What? That's pretty funny. Sure. Well, two-hand spears. Or I guess dual wield, not two-hand. Fine hunting bow. Yeah, I don't think anyone needs that, really. I guess I could put it on, but I don't really do ranged.
I'll stay out of sight.
Okay, this is like the hallway right before Raedric, I think. So we'll lay off of that for a moment.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Yep, you can kill these guys. Oh shit, okay, there's a lot of them.
Yes?
There's so many people here. Do mind blades. The Dare's down already. It's pretty impressive. But you see, this is why we quick save people. Knock down the Raedric guard.
What?
We'll do another Mind Blades. I guess on... The spell rate's about to die.
Need something?
Can you cast druid spells while you're wild shaped? That's crazy.
Yes?
Nice.
I don't suppose we could rest a spell.
Nope. No time to rest, Dareloth.
Yes?
Yeah, we did get pretty fucked up there, though. Dare has bruised ribs. That's rough. I think there's stuff we can go explore over here really quick before we leave to go rest again. Or we do have 3 camping supplies. But we still have yet to level up, because we're not getting XP from killing these guys.
Quiet.
But we will have a ton of stuff to go sell. Which is good. God damn it. Okay. Hold, brother. Pardon my interruption, but I don't seem to recall seeing you before. Say, I've only recently taken my vows. And who is this? Intellect 12, or Raedric's new mercenaries. I was told to show them to their posts. The priest considers you a moment longer, then nods. Then be about your business. Satisfied, he turns to walk away. We were fortunate to get away with that once. Doubt we can count on such luck again. Probably right, Mr. Aloth. Where was that note? Initiate's note? Nope. Need to read stuff before I go picking it up.
Nothing is. I shall do as you ask.
Hold, brother. No one is to leave their post until Raedric gives word. Where are you going? Just heading back to my post. Just where are you coming from? There's this one acolyte, you see. The paladin laughs unpleasantly. You new recruits, running like rabbits. Save some of that energy for your duties. Okay. Jesus Christ. Intruders have been seen inside the keep. I must ask you to step outside. I'm afraid I have a nervous bladder. I have to get to a privy. Shit. Clever. Is that going to give me a bad disposition with Aethys? No, he doesn't mind being clever. Okay. Yeah, I auto-saved already. Or I quick-saved already. Ugh. Okay. honestly, there's nothing like a whole lot to do through here right now.
Nothing
We can't
is
open this
closed to the
door.
perceptive mind.
So we need to find the old priest. We don't have any mechanics. He's not in here, I don't believe. Yeah, no, he's not in here.
I'll stay out of sight.
Something here calls to me.
Yeah, there's something in there. There we go. Okay, here's Nedmar. The old frail priest is hunched over a table surrounded by scattered scrolls and parchment, examining their contents with the aid of a thick monocle. He glances up as you approach, blinking, rheumy eyes.
More visitors, then? You're not one of the acolytes, or the guards, for that matter.
His voice is a dry, quiet rasp.
Which makes you an intruder at the least. Kolsch put you up to this, I suppose. Yes, that would be him. Sending young men to dash themselves against the keep's defenses. Would that my sermons could draw such fervor. Still, you are here. What is it you want?
Well, we're going to tell him about Giaco. So Giaco is safe. He asked me to tell you about a carving you gave him. Nedmar's eyes widen. With sudden vigor, he rushes forward to grasp your arm.
Oh, thank the gods, thank you. I did not think anyone could... That is, I feared.
He shakes his head.
I did not want him to meet the Pale Knight so soon.
Nedmar pulls away, collecting himself.
Here, perhaps this will serve as a reward.
He pulls a large iron key from the pocket of his robe and hands it to you.
This will open a door in the scriptorium.
He points west.
And from there you can reach the chapel and Lord Raedric without encountering quite so many guards. Take this too. I have little wealth to offer. Better to give something of use. I would entreat you before you go. Despite his shortcomings, Lord Raedric follows the gods with obedience, and he has Gilded Vale's best interests in mind. It may be that, with time, he can achieve what he desires. Please consider this before you turn to violence.
I thought you'd favor Kolsch as Lord of Raedric's Hold.
I favor him as he is, a man of vision, but Kolsch has a hunger in him for rule, even if to good purpose. He is not led by his faith. Still, he is a friend, and I am willing to assist Kolsch in restoring divine favor to the lands of Gilded Vale. Should Lord Raedric fall, that is.
Oh, we can rest with him?
But surely you don't mean to. Very well. I cannot ask you to brave the dungeon when you are not at your fittest. Rest here a few hours, and I will ensure no one enters.
Yeah, we'll rest for 8 hours. Thanks, Nedmar. How does doing the disfavored actions and or doing the favored actions of gods and paladin orders affect the game? Your spells will be more powerful depending on if you have a good faith with your god, basically. Okay, thanks, Nedmar. What a guy. We'll loot his stuff. It's Nedmar's room. Can it affect dialogue, or is it just buffs and debuffs? I think it's buffs and debuffs. I don't know if it affects dialogue. Although your reputation does... It does affect dialogue later on, for sure. Okay, that's where this door leads. Makes sense. Yeah, it's for your Priest Radiance ability specifically. So like this one right here.
I'm here.
Where you do an AoE. I might even say if I hover over the thing. Creates a field of holy energies around the priest, burning any vessels in the vicinity, and regenerating a modest amount of endurance for allies. The power of a priest's holy radiance is modified by how well his or her reputations align with the preferred behaviors of his or her faith. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes?
I guess we can open this door. I don't know if we want to talk to Raedric yet. I also don't know... Oh, okay, we're in there. We have a pretty low chance of winning this, I think, but we can at least talk to Raedric first, before things need to get nasty. Also, we should go in here first. Oh, fucking hell, man. These traps are gonna be the end of me. Okay, Cape of Deflection. Someone should have that, surely. I guess we'll give it to Durance. Suppose he's the next closest to the action. Okay. Blood, still wet, runs from the woman's slit throat, soaking into the sheets below. Blackened pages curl in a fire. A leather cover, embossed with a rising sun and 3 stars, is barely visible through the flames. That is the symbol of Aethys, by the way. Our god. Alright. Let's quick save. Honestly, we might even want these two even further back. Yeah, because these guys are real tough. Then I'm just going to have myself go in the middle. Raedric. This guy is the voice of the couriers from Skyrim, I think. Let him approach. Flanked by a host of guards, all of whom regard you with mute hostility, Lord Raedric VII observes you from his throne, clad in ornate plate. His eyes have a hollow quality, and there is a pallor to the man's gaunt face that leaves his features showing stark against his dark and unkempt hair. There is a dagger discarded upon one stone arm of the throne. A thin crimson rivulet worms its way down from the blade and past Raedric's fingers, even as he leans forward to regard you with a piercing gaze. Thought he'd be better looking, even with all the inbreeding. Though his face is calm, you notice Adair's hand straying towards his weapon, as though with a mind of its own. It seems I have you to thank for the chaos spreading through my keep. I half expected some invading army.
It is unlike Kolsch to hire mercenaries.
Oh, never mind, this is Proventus.
Or foreigners, for that matter. And you are not one of mine, so I cannot accuse you of treason.
Raedric's voice is a low rasp, his gaze fixed upon you. He smiles grimly, flashing white teeth. His fingers close loosely around the pommel of the dagger, as if to ascertain if it is still there, and then flinch away. Perhaps he ought to have considered such tactics sooner. You've made short work of my guards. They were good and loyal servants, loyal to my coin, if not to me. They deserved a better fate than you gave them.
What has my cousin promised you? Some grand reward? If he had any resources to his name, he would not covet mine. And if he had any honor in him, he would not have tried this here, now, when I have lost so much.
Kolsch is your cousin?
Oh, yes. We are kin, he and I. He was raised within these walls, in fact, privy to all the privileges our family had to offer. But a greedy man always hungers after more than he receives, however bountiful. I was eldest, heir to the stewardship of our lands, and he was not.
The legacy brought chaos with it, panic and despair. Kolsch took advantage of that chaos, creating division in our ranks, luring loyal men and women to his cause. Good men. Good women. Raedric's gaze goes distant for a moment, and then he glances at you, and his lip curls. He fled the keep, in time, to hole up in the wilds beyond the village, to play at being a commoner, and court favor with the people. And while he plays at conqueror, the Vale suffers. Families, traders, all. I do not have enough men to guard the roads and defend us from Kolsch's incursions both. My attention suffers, and so my governance, my family. Raedric breathes out through his nose. Nor can I make the effort necessary to bring about an end to the curse if we are beset at all hours by his traitorous plots. What have you lost?
Much. There is a plague among us here in Gilded Vale. The legacy is but part of it. The rest is fear, heresy, perversion. Each incident alone is but the flicker of a candle, but together, a blaze that will destroy us.
The legacy is a test of faith. It has driven many to madness. They cling to hollow promises, too dark and terrible things. Each lie permitted feeds the fire. Every whisper from preening charlatans and venom-tongued midwives. The words of false prophets. The promises of dead gods. He clenches a gloved fist.
The flame consumed her. My Ygritte. And our child with it.
Point to the dagger. What happened there?
A just sentence.
Raedric turns his head slightly to regard the dagger. There is a sudden, careful stillness in his expression. His voice wavers, and in that moment a pang of grief crosses his face. Ygritte knew. She hid the verses from me, the tokens. She knew what I would make of them. The scattered god poisoned her against me, made her deaf to my instruction. Only when our son was born, that hollow thing, that monster. Then we both knew what her crimes had wrought. Raedric turns a baleful look upon you, jaw working, face flushed and splotchy with emotion. It could not stand. He brings up a hand suddenly toward his temple, obscuring his face. What does Kolsch know of sacrifice? He would indulge himself. Let us succumb, one by one, and suffer Bereth's punishment, until the final soul goes to its keeping, never to return, and Gilded Vale is but a barren land. We're going to ask him, you murdered your own wife? Your child? I carried out the sentence. Would you have me give her to an executioner? In the Deerwood we see to our own justice. Raedric sits back in his throne, his knuckles white upon the armrest. And that thing, that silent aberration, that was not alive to kill. His dark eyes narrow. Keep your recriminations, trespasser. I have done my duty. I'm going to say I wouldn't talk of honor if I were you. I saw the body upon your bed. Raedric's face darkens with sudden fury. You do not know what you speak of. The blasphemies that fell from her lips, the dead thing she brought into the world as a result. Gilded Vale's laws hold true for all within my lands. None can be exempt. Ygritte received a just sentence, whatever her title or her worth to me. Whatever the cost I bear. You speak in ignorance. Just as you have stumbled in ignorance upon my foolish cousin's plots, without understanding what is at stake. I'm going to say I'm not here for speeches. I came to stop you.
Stop me from saving Gilded Vale? From doing what I must to see this curse lifted and our children restored? What purpose is there in that? No, you come to put a weaker man upon the throne for no reason but that he clamors for it and claim it just. You are a pawn in Kolsch's designs, and he has kept his motivations from you for a reason. I wonder if you understand what it is you do, or what you might accomplish if you were better informed.
He studies you with fierce intensity.
You have proven your competence in your way, and had I such an ally, we might together put an end to Gilded Vale's woes, lift the curse once and for all, and in doing so, return us to a life where such strict measures are not necessary.
Okay, since we are a priest of Aethys, we actually get this option here. The Shining God lives, and I have come to deliver his justice. So I think we're going to say that.
You, that such as you would step upon my grounds. Guards, to me! Kill this blaspheming dog!
Okay, we are going to go into slow combat mode. This will actually want to plan out a bit. So, Bless is always a good thing to start with. I remember the Champions of Bereth being something that we really want to take out first, alongside Raedric. We'll go prone this guy down.
Yes.
Aleth could get a kind of a crazy fireball going here if we move Haravius out of the way. So I think we'll do that first. We'll queue those up.
How may I help?
And then we'll actually do this rolling ball of fire right here. Grieving Mother can shoot. Actually, do a soul shock on me first to get as many people as she can.
Need something?
Haravius can do shapeshifter. Okay, I'm almost dead. Holy shit. We'll do second wind as well. Let's try to stay up. We did... Adair did get someone, though. That's pretty good.
I'm here.
Yeah, I think that we're just going to want to try to stay as alive as we can. Do that. There go the balls of fire. It's actually kind of working. The Paladin of Bareth is almost dead. I mean, I'm downed, but, like, I don't mind. I don't mind this. Let's knock Raedric down. Okay, Raedric is proned. And then Durance can do his Holy Radiance. Okay.
Yes?
I actually think the Rolling Fire was a pretty good call. Adair is super low. So we're going to want to focus on healing with Durance as much as we can. And actually, if we could do Whispers of Treason on Raedric. Oh shit, okay, we got Raedric on our team. So what I'm going to do really quick is make sure that nobody is fighting Raedric. So, because if somebody's fighting Raedric, here, I'm going to turn everybody... I'm going to turn everybody's AI off. Because we don't want anybody to accidentally hit him during this duration. Okay, so Raedric's on our team. Yeah, okay, he's back. He's back to normal. We'll try to convince him again. Okay, he's back on our team. Adair could probably take this guy out.
What?
Okay, Raedric's taken out one of his men. He's taken out two of his men. We need to stick him around long enough. Shit, somebody shot him. Grieving Mother, I think, just shot him. Or maybe she shot the Champion of Barrier. Oh shit, he's still helping us. Okay, cool. That's great. This is great news. Okay, now we can actually look at some spells that Haravius has. Yeah, top 10 anime betrayals, really. Okay, I gotta go over these druid spells, because I really don't know what any of these do. Talon's Reach, causing slash damage to all enemies in an AoE. No. Firebrand. Insect Swarm. Does that hurt allies? Concentration of... Oh, reducing the concentration of anyone in the AoE. Okay, that's not great. Also, Grieving Mother needs to be pointed at him.
What?
Durance isn't doing anything. I think we'll debuff Raedric once this Champion of Bareth is gone.
Yes?
And Aloth, how about you... We'll do a Merciless Gaze on Aloth in a second here. We'll just do Minnaletta's missiles. We haven't really done that yet. Haravius also... Maybe we don't do a spell. Maybe we just try to hit him. Oh, Conjure Lesser Blight. That's actually always... It's always nice to have. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. We need to gaslight Raedric again. Oh, okay, he's been gaslit.
What?
Hell yeah. Okay, can we... I don't think we can get me up until the fight ends. Oh, he just went and sat back on his throne. Alright, everybody attack him. Get his ass.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
We'll turn everybody's AI back on.
What? What?
What? I love when you click on Durance, dude. It's so funny. Okay, we'll do second wind from Dare. And yeah, honestly, this should be in the bag.
Your thoughts must flow deeply
I wasn't really thinking that we'd get him right now, but we'll try to get that flank bonus too by having Haravius go behind him. Doesn't look like that's gonna work. Can I control the summon? Yeah. There we go. Now he's flanked. Okay. Well, there we go. We got his ass. We get a lot of good shit for that, too. Goodbye, Raedric. Good knowing you. Not really. Justice. Unique two-handed sword. An ironic name, for sure. Give this to Adair. It's probably better than what he's got. 19 to 27 slash. It's actually the same thing. Yeah, it doesn't change literally anything. But it has a different enchantment, so that's good. 10% damage is crush. Not bad at level 4, back when I started playing. Yeah. I just figured we could kill him. I mean, I know that like when I did this the first time, I super struggled against him and made it out on top still, so. We could have killed more guards for loot, but oh well. We heard that you'd moved against the keep, and yet we arrived too late. But a moment earlier, and I would have heard his dying breath. No matter. It is done. The tyrant is dead, and our village is free to move into a greater future. Gilded Vale owes you a great debt. I owe you a great debt. You've accomplished what I could not. Take what rewards you care to from Raedric's vaults. You've earned them twice over. Kolsch looks over the throne room, smiling. There is much to do. We must send word to the Earl, of course. Revoke the cruel laws Raedric has instated. But do not think we will forget your assistance. You have brought about great change. Take pride. Everyone will remember this moment. Come, men. Clear these bodies from the hall. With that, Kolsch strides eagerly toward the throne. We're still not leveled up. We gotta be like 100 XP away. Oh my god, we are 13 XP away. Jesus. Okay. Well, let's go look around, steal some shit from the keep. Oh, there's a pistol.
I shall do as you ask. What you ask is done.
There's that level up. Sturdy is what? You can't be knocked down? Oh, plus 10, or plus 30 defense against prone attacks, plus 15 against push. Cool. I like having more constitution, but we will give these to Adair.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Yeah, this is that little door I was talking about. Okay. Well, other than that underground area, I think we're... Oh, there might be something in here. Oh yeah, there's plenty of stuff in here. More spells. Yeah, we searched this room already. It had some armor. Alright, cool. It's all these Raedric
Yes?
guards. I guess they don't really care about what happened.
I'm here.
I don't even know how you get to that door, but my group seems to know. Or they at least seem to think they know. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Thanks, guys. Well, we'll leave Raedric's Hold. We'll do a quest in Copper Lane, I guess, and then try to level everybody up. Get to level 5. We'd probably enter the sewers, and that would be enough. Let's go check on our keep also. We haven't really done anything with this. I always like to fortify the Barbicans first. So we'll do that, because I think having more security is important than prestige. At least at the beginning. Yeah, I think that we can probably squeeze out a few more fights. Main quest lead for level up. Yeah, we could do that. I think that we need such little XP for these guys to level up that we can just do a small little side quest too. Although I suppose Grieving Mother needs like 400 XP. I don't want to talk to these guys at the moment. Oh, this guy. Dalton. This elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are the dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there.
And the way you fought, cutting down 2 at a time. We shared quite a victory, you and I.
Who are you talking to? The man looks up at you, startled.
Oh, my, by the flame. For just a moment I thought I heard her.
He puts a hand on his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you?
Just the memories of my youth in the North Watch Ranges. Trials and adventures from a lifetime ago.
He shakes his head.
Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid.
Tell me about these memories.
It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Deerwood. Then, we thought we'd adventure together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs.
The wrinkles around his eyes deepen.
That was until we faced Helig of Thane. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Solace Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as he fled toward the Valian republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools. Seasoned as we were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat. Not me. By some curse of the gods I was knocked out, and when I awoke, my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead.
He holds empty air in his arms. Yeah, this one. Who was Rowena?
My friend, my comrade in arms, and my love. We'd planned to adventure together until we grew old enough to settle down and enjoy our fortunes. Young as we were, we couldn't imagine anything would tear us apart. I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her, a voice just over my shoulder, calling to me in my dreams. At night I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somehow down there, waiting for me. I've even ventured below, though it damn near cost me my life.
He hesitates.
Were I half the warrior I was in my youth, I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I'm stuck with this feeble body and the agonizing notion that my love is somehow down there, beyond my help.
Yeah, I'll search the catacombs for a sign of Rowena. Or Rowena. Tears spring to the old man's eyes.
There's an entrance just southwest of here, on the other side of the canal.
He sniffs and wipes his eyes.
You are truly a gift from the gods. If there's anything you can find of her.
Okay, cool. I think we can finish up a Dare's little quest here in the capital in First Fires. That may level us up. I don't know. Okay, that just traveling here got a Dare leveled up. I forgot you get XP for discovering places, so maybe that's something we go and do.
Politics, infighting, greed, and a shrine to Margaret as well. Her clergy belongs there.
Thanks, Durance.
Gods keep you.
A taciturn man with graying hair pores over a tome he's just withdrawn from one of the shelves. He glances up at you with baggy eyes.
Yes? Is there something I can pull for you?
I'm looking for militia records from the time of the Saints' War, trying to find out what happened to someone. The man clears his throat.
We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we've had to bar access to the public. Seems there are still quite a number of folk in Deerwood who bear ill will toward Raed Sarens. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone. Many came to settle here as refugees. Perhaps if you were more established in Defiance Bay, things would be different, but I have no reason to suspect you to be any different from the others.
We have a Might 16. We can say I take what I want. Sure. The records keeper frowns.
In the Duke's palace, I can assure you that you do not. Besides, without my assistance, you'd be sifting through scrolls for years.
We've come a long way.
I just need to find out about my brother. I don't even know what side he fought for. You must understand, I have heard many such stories. I'm afraid there is nothing I can do for you.
Well, god damn it. I guess we'll travel around discovering new locations. That could be a way to level us up. This is more about reputation than any skill check. Yeah, I just figured I'd try it. Go to Andra's. Oh, Heritage Hill. I guess we can go to Heritage Hill. I guess we can go here. Probably not a good idea, but... Okay, and Durance leveled up there. Now I know what that check does. Yeah. Nope, not much of anything. Andra's gift. Okay, 60 XP. Yeah, we can go to the temple. That's true.
This was once hallowed ground for Woodica's faithful. I wonder how long it's been abandoned.
Praise to the exiled queen. May her crown be restored and her justice prevail.
A ghost.
Come to pay your respects to the queen that was.
A ghost hovers in the middle of the ruin, reciting blessings and prayers. Even as the spirit's form shifts and swirls, it retains the face of an elderly man and robes that mark wealth and status. It turns to you. Yeah, I was told I'd find the Temple of Udica here.
And so you
did.
These savage colonists may have burned it down, but worship of the Oathbinder is alive and well. These stairs lead to the main sanctum.
What stairs?
These stairs, of course. The sanctum was always below ground, adjacent to the catacombs, so it wasn't destroyed by the fires.
The ghost gestures to an impassable pile of rubble. Like the rest of the ruin, it seems to have remained untouched for over a century. Well, tell me where I'd find an entrance to these catacombs.
There are various entrances throughout Defiance Bay, but I dare say the easiest to reach is in Copper Lane. I haven't been to that part of town in ages, but as I recall, it's somewhere near the southern gate.
It's truly a pity to see what the locals have done to Woodika's house of worship.
I'd like to know more about Woodika.
A queen among the gods. She oversees laws and oaths. Everything has a rightful place, and Woodika watches over them all. Of course, not everyone accepts this. Even among the other gods, her authority is questioned. But Woodika is also goddess of memory and vengeance, and she remembers. She'll remember every slight and trespass when she reclaims her throne.
Okay.
So, Adoro, are you feeling okay? Did you catch alcoholism from the Dear Woodens?
His smile turns nervous as he looks you over, examining you for signs of injury.
You were off in your own little dream for a moment. What's going on with you?
Oh, don't worry about him. He just likes doing that from time to time. Seems to cheer him up, so I just let him.
Once you've seen it a few times, the shock wears off.
I'm here.
Yeah, I think that it's really interesting that, the Admithsten Expedition Hall pledges competent, proven men and women toward the profitable venture, something. Hold on. Interested parties are asked to seek out Wenin within the okay, yeah. Yeah, did you catch alcoholism from the Dear Woodens is a legendary line. Okay, even still, Haravius is not leveled up. What is going on, man? Go down this way. He needs a little bit of XP, so does Grieving Mother. I could drop Aloth, Adair, and Durance from the party, and then just fast travel with them, but I'm going to make things more difficult for myself. Truth be told, I think I know of a quick place that we could go that would level them up. We go south from the Woodend Plains, can't we get to a couple new areas? He once hunted for 1 XP. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Yep, Searing Falls. $60 XP, god damn it. Okay, I don't want to really fight the drakes down here yet. Go to Deerford. Also want to check on the progress of my keep. Finished in 1 day, okay. You know what I appreciate about this game is you don't have to worry about food. That might be a Path of the Damned thing, but I like not having to worry about food or anything. Just pass on through Deerford, go up to the north here. Or I guess the east. Oh my god, are you serious? Whatever. Fine, we'll just level up these 4 separately. Okay, athletics. Me needing food items for rest ship and PoE 2. Yeah, it always kind of annoyed me. I mean, I guess it's fine in that game. I don't know. I don't really like having to like manage food resources. I don't find it fun. Maybe we could give Aloth some mechanics, but I guess, I don't know. He could, everyone can do with athletics, just to be able to give yourself some more endurance when you get hit. Okay, I remember, for 3rd level spells, I really like exposed vulnerabilities, because it bears the enemy's combat vulnerabilities for all to see, reducing their damage reduction, deflection, and concentration all at once. So that's one of my favorite spells. I always tend to work that one in. We have Fireball we can buy from one of the spell tomes we picked up. I think Meyerwald's spell tome. And then, what else could we use? Yeah, that's fair. Arduous delay of motion. Oh, Kalikoth's Minor Blights. Creates a ball of energy in the caster's hand that can be thrown at the enemy, causing burn, freeze, corrode, or shock damage to anyone caught in the area of effect. Blights are continually replenished until the spell ends. It's a pretty long spell, too. Minneletta's Bounding Missiles is also a good one, from what I remember. It's an AoE type thing. Yeah, I was gonna get the missiles. Okay, Adair, we'll just give you some athletics. Adair, we need to get him some better some better drip. He looks pretty bad. Weapon specialization. Oh yeah, I forgot I had him with this blunt thing here. Discipline Barrage is not bad. Into the Fray is okay. I don't know if I want to hard commit to a certain weapon, because we might want to pivot off of a weapon type eventually. So we'll just go with Discipline Barrage for now. I mean, we can get these characters up to like level 20 in the DLC, here. So we'll have plenty of choices to make throughout the game. I don't know. Durance is so useless sometimes, I feel. Yeah, level 16.
I'm here.
So we'll have plenty of choices to make. Okay, am I crazy? We can go north of Deerford's Crossing as well. Maybe we even just, like, fight something at some point. I don't know. Here, let me... I'll be smart. I'll go back to Caed Nua for a moment.
A place of ruin. It has long been abandoned.
And we'll manage our party.
You
okay,
walk
leave.
I'll walk mine.
The 3 of us will just hang out for a moment. It's like the weirdest party. We'll go back. Oh yeah, I guess it wasn't... okay, yeah, it wasn't letting me go anywhere, was it? Damn. What is the minimum level for the DLC? Oh, I'm not going into the DLC.
It has long
no.
been abandoned.
Yeah, figure out another thing. At the main keep. Do the south wall. Oh, it's a messenger.
Greetings, my lord. I bear an urgent message from Chancellor Warren of Defiance Bay. He requests that you meet with him at your earliest convenience in the Ducal Palace. Your claim on Caed Nua has been called into question by the Gathbin family. Earl Baedmar has issued a ruling on the matter, but both you and Lord Gathbin must be present.
Caed Nua is mine.
The Gathbin family disagrees. As your claim is not based on lineage, an official ruling is required to remedy this dispute.
Who's Chancellor Warren?
He's an arbiter of legal matters for Earl Baedmar of the Grasp. Tell me about this Lord Gathman. An old Adiran lineage, I believe. He looks around the Great Hall. The former lord of this stronghold, a distant relative of Lord Gathman, allied himself with the losing side during the War of Defiance. I'll go meet him then. The Chancellor will await you in the records room of the Ducal Palace in First Fires. The messenger bows, then strides away. Thanks, messenger.
It is good to see you here. I can feel a change in the air already. There is much to do. Is there anything I can do to help?
What do you mean by cursed? Okay, Mayorwold's curse was his own, a Watcher's curse, but his predecessors have not fared better. There is a presence within the keep, or rather far beneath it. At least such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place, for what spirits still linger in the endless paths oft speak of a master below. Every effort to settle here has failed. From the time of our Adiran colonists onward, beasts rise from the endless paths until the new lord or lady is no more. The one who dwells below this master does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen from time to time intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can, but none return. This is the force which has kept Caed Nua a barren ruin and robbed me of my hopes. Okay. Yeah, it might be after we talk with Gathman. I'd like to have the whole...
I know it looks old and crumbling, but the castle is recent compared to what lies beneath. Caed Nua is a newly grown sore sitting atop ancient bones.
Okay. Well, here's what we're gonna do. I've got one last place. Oops. We're gonna go. We're gonna go to Searing Falls. We're gonna sneak.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Oh! Oh, fuck.
You cannot venture forth within combat.
Alright, well, the three of us will have to take this thing up. Carabius is dead. Yeah, I really thought we could sneak past this thing. Yeah, that sucks. That fucking sucks. Okay, we'll load back here. Jesus Christ.
At once.
Could have gone down the endless... Oh, yeah, I guess that's an option. Just want to get these two leveled up and then move on with my life. I know there's enemies down here, but can't we just, like...
Not a sound.
God damn it, dude. Alright. I'm out of ideas. Do you get XP for making potions or anything? I never really messed around with that. Don't think so. Damn. Is there any quest that we...
I know it looks old and crumbling.
Carabius, leave my keep alone,
is
bro.
recent compared to what lies beneath. Caed Nua is a newly grown sore sitting atop ancient bones.
Okay. Yeah, I know you get XP for disarming traps. We just don't have anybody with high mechanics. Actually, hold on. Sagani can come with us. What are her mechanics? What did I set your mechanics at?
4. That's not good. But it'll have to do. We'll go back to Raedric's Hold. We'll pick those locks. This is about the best that I can come up with right now. Oh, we can just walk in the front door now. How much do I need? Like 40 XP, I think. Yeah, 40 XP for both. I don't really care about Sagani's level. Yeah, this is peak gameplay right here. Yeah, I know the traps are in the dungeon. I just don't want to take any damage from... I don't want to take any, like, fatigue damage going through the water again. Okay. Oh, can we... Okay, we can pick this. With one lockpick.
It's done.
Okay, 80 XP over 4 people. Not great. Not great. Okay, hold on.
It's done.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Haravius. We'll level up your athletics. And your lore, I guess. We'll be done with you. This is not a very interesting level for any of these characters. We'll bump Grieving Mother's mechanics up to 5. I like Pain Link a lot. Mentally links nearby enemies to a target, forcing them to experience a portion of all the damage the target suffers. I think that one's really cool. Secret Horrors, I remember this one being pretty good too. Causes enemies in the area of effect to believe their worst fears have been realized, frightening and sickening them for the duration. So that's pretty cool. Puppet Master destroys your target's psychic defenses, leaving them dominated by the cipher for the duration, is also pretty good. And Soul Ignition's also pretty good too. Forces an enemy's soul to leak energy, igniting the air around them and burning them over time. So, I don't know. It depends on if we want to go damage or... I don't know. I really like Pain Link. I think Pain Link is so fun. Puppet Master. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like Pain Link and Puppet Master. We can always choose more later. Ciphers are kind of like Warlocks in that they tap out at 5th or 6th level stuff, I think. You get 20 XP per trap with the setup. Well, yeah, I would tell Sagani to go home as well, but you can't do that in this game.
What you ask is done.
There we go. Got stuff in here as well.
I'll stay out of sight.
What you ask is done.
Cool. Ooh, fine Brigadine armor. That's mine. Thank you.
Quietly now.
What you ask is done.
Okay. Cool. Much better. Much, much better. Yeah, not having a character that can pickpocket is... Or, not pickpocket. Like, lockpick and disarm is crazy. What's over here, actually? I don't know where this leads. Oh, this is how you get up here. Captain of the Guard. Well, that wasn't really worth it. It is sad you can, like, only get one legendary upgraded weapon because of materials. Yeah, that's why I never really... on my first playthrough, I never really messed with that system because I was, like, constantly worried that it was going to be my last, you know, resource, and sure enough it was. I did just remember that, we do have stuff in this room that I need to open as well. I think we do. Yep.
Nothing is closed to the perceptive mind.
Ooh. Fine breastplate.
I shall do as you ask. What you ask is done.
And a fine large shield. That might be better than my door. We'll see. Okay. Let's focus on me for a second. So this is 12 DR. Oh. What does the fine property do again? It's plus 2 DR. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just how we want to look at this point. Which, like, the fine brigadine will sell for more, so that's fine. And, yeah, the door is better. The door is better. Fine mail armor, we don't really need that. Yeah. Hey. There we go. Brigadine is worse despite having the same speed penalty? Well, they both had the same DR, too. Oh, worse to sell? You mean? That I cannot confirm. I don't know. The plate isn't fine. Yeah, but the Brigadine would have been... like, the plate is 12 naturally, and then the heavy Brigadine... Okay, so you're saying that if I enchant it, you mean? I don't really want to put resources into enchanting this thing. Or upgrading it.
Walls need some work before this place is secure.
Yep.
My husband could fix them right up. Farewell.
Goodbye, Sagani. I'm going to dismiss everybody. So we can get back in the, back in the old arrangement we had.
Ready.
Oh, well, whatever. Okay, do I have anything I can build? Finished in 1 day, 13 hours. I remember I spent a bunch of time on my first playthrough just, like, fast traveling between the farthest places away that I could to get my keep finished. Yeah, barn doors do be sturdy, true. Actually need to go into Copper Lane for this. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it there, guys, because I'm not trying to have this be a super long stream or anything like that. And we accomplished the 2 goals that I wanted to today. Killed Lord Raedric, and we got Caed Nua, so yeah. No, I know what you were saying about, like, the base stats, but at the moment, the Fine Brigadine and the plate armor are the same DR. But yeah, thank you guys, and I will catch you in the next one. I need to get off and get some food and stuff, so peace out. Have a good one.